Expected to bowl first.
Well, there you go then. Taking first lease of the wicket are Karwan CC. Vision Shipping will be batting first, led by Saqib Mahmood, Javed Ghani, Salman Khan, Muhammad Nadeem, Nasir Faraz, Umar Arshad will be the wicketkeeper, Ubaidullah Muhammad, Ikram Janjua, Muhammad Rohid, left armour, Muhammad Maharwi and Sajjad Mallouk will be there 11. And Karwan CC led by the captain Babar Iqbal, Tariq Mahmood, Muazzam Hayat, the wicketkeeper Shahrukh Amin, Saif Ohari, Qabar Awan, the centurion from early on in the tournament, Furqan Khalil, Zahid Ali, Nadir Hussain, Salman Salim and Amir Hamza will make up the 11 for Karwan CC. Both these teams playing their fifth encounter of the tournament. They're both in Group A. We saw a Group A encounter earlier today, but this is another one which will allow one of these teams to get to the top of the table. Vision Shipping, having played won all four of their games, and Karwan will be the ones that will be looking to get a victory here because they've played 4, lost 1 and won 3. And this again, another classic encounter expected here at the Dubai ICCA Academy Ovals. Well, we're about to start off, and Ahmed Khaja has run back into the comm box to partner me here for the second game of the evening. Good evening, Ahmed.
Good evening, Samir, and good evening to everyone watching on FanCode, the ICCA Academy Facebook page, and of course, the CricTracker channel on YouTube. Ball by ball live streamed action there for your viewing pleasure. And yes, fantastic match about to get underway here. Karwan CC, well, it was a good toss to win. They've elected to bowl first and taking on the undefeated TVSL. Both sides, in fact, Karwan 3 wins out of 4, sitting on 6 points, and TVSL undefeated in the Arabian Cricket League so far, 4 wins out of 4. So it's getting pretty packed in the top of the table of Group A of the Arabian Cricket League, and this is a must-win game for the men in yellow. Right then, the two TVSL openers are out there in the middle. The owner is back, Saqib Mahmood, number 1 on his back, right up to his regular opening role alongside Salman Khan. Very exciting, classy right-hand opening batter. And so far, I see Babar Iqbal with the ball in hand, but certainly he's going to hand it to Zahid Ali. High quality swing bowler will be beginning from the academy end.
Yes, swing is the name of the game early on here at the ICCA Academy. Every fast bowler, even if they are not express pace, once they land on that seam, they do get a bit of movement. Saqib Mahmood will come out to bat to face the first ball for Vision Shipping. He'll be up against the pace and bounce and swing movement of Zahid Ali.
Taking a look at the field, well, very interesting. They have a deep fine leg in place. The square leg has been brought up, and the orthodox deep third. No, in fact, it's going to be Salman Salim, pardon me, the doppelganger of Zahid Ali, except he bowls left arm swing. Here we go. Game 48 underway. And look at that movement immediately burst out of the hands of the wicket keeper. and they will start the innings with byes.
Yeah, even the wicket keeper surprised by that movement, Salman Salim. Generally, you find left armers bringing it back into the right-hander, but on this occasion, Salman Salim taking it away from the right-hander.
There's a fly slip in place as well. Nadir Hussain had an excellent match the previous game, picked up 3 wickets. And let's see if he can continue that good bowling form. There is a fly slip and now a gully in place. Good move. Salman Khan, they need to get him out early. Brilliant cover drive. Look at that. Samir Yunus picked the bones out of that one.
What a beautiful shot to play early on. That will give you a load of confidence. Salman to Salman. What a drive. What a wonderful drive.
Well, that is one way to start an innings. Picture perfect, right out of the textbook. Absolutely glorious. Take a look at the balance. Oh yes. Oh yes.
He's wearing the number 11 jersey. I'll tell you who else used to wear that. It's a left-handed Kumar Sangakkara.
Oh yes, the legend, the icon of Sri Lankan cricket. That was a mirror image of him. Confident start for this very outstanding young batter of TVSL. Once again, he's really willing to get on that front foot, not afraid of the swing at all.
Yeah, the confidence he's displayed so far, really getting behind the ball, on top of it on this occasion, and presenting the full face of the bat. Salman looks like he's got some rhythm going. He's been hitting the ball in the nets, it seems like, just before he's walked in here. That's the kind of confidence with which he's batting. And that's Salman's, the bowler. Couple of Salmans out there, so you'll have to forgive us for a couple of glitches here and there. Salman, the bowler, will now try and come back with a couple of good deliveries. That's much better back of a length, but they will shuffle across for a single that could have been tight. Feel that cover, did get to the ball on time. An underarm throw, had that hit the stumps, would have been very, very close. Let's take a look.
Oh, that was mighty close indeed. And this time it was Zahid Ali. Yes, a direct hit would have had him. He's an outstanding fielder. And that was a big moment in the game. So living on the edge a bit, Salman Salim, almost producing an early breakthrough via run out. Saqib Mahmood, he's a daredevil as well in the power play. Slapped over the top of the covers. It might not run away. Will be reined in by Shahrukh Amin, but he will get going with a couple.
Yeah, not the most conventional strokes to play, but in the power play you can afford to do that. You also get a no ball, so that's a bonus there. 2 runs off a no ball, and there'll be a free hit to Saqib.
Well, it's the simple things, the basics things that you need to do right here. Overstepping the mark there, Salman Salim. He's just recovered from injury. I think he had a right calf strain, so perhaps just feeling it out there. So a free hit for the captain of TVSL. Let's see if he takes full toll. Already picked up 9 runs in the first 4 deliveries. That slip has been taken out earlier, now at backward point. And he's hoiked towards deep third. Once again, not the cleanest connection, but they'll scamper for 2.
Yeah, similar looking shot to the no ball that he played. Made room for himself, gave it a wild hoik, took the top edge. Again, just a couple of runs. So Saqib has come out with one intention, and that is to try and hit the ball as far as he can.
Yeah, that's the way he plays. He doesn't waste any time. He won't die wondering. He's not the kind of guy that if he's not middling the ball, then he'll occupy the crease, look to find his form. He's just going to throw his bat. That's the objective he's always set for himself in the power play. If he comes off, fair enough. If he doesn't, well, that's how the cookie crumbles.
Well, he's well admired by his team, that's for sure. Saqib Mahmood, captain that his players look up to.
So slightly expensive over to open up from Karwan. 11 off it already. Oh, was trying to hook that away. with the square leg up. Not the worst idea, but it's a dot ball to conclude. 11 for none. So Sev Ghori will take the new ball. Once again, a commanding cover drive by Salman Khan. Beats the fielder and thuds into the boundary rope.
Salman Khan looks like he's in the form of his life. He's been really connecting the ball beautifully. Look at that. Leans into it and not hit it very hard, but just placed it to perfection. That was the key thing in that shot. A very tantalizing chase for the field at point, but he'll give up eventually. So a couple of boundaries, a couple of very nice looking boundaries for Salman. And gets the over started with a 4. So straight away under pressure, safe. That's a much better length. Gets him to go onto the back foot, takes an outside edge. It'll be a single which brings Saqib Mahmood to strike. Saqib's been trying to hit those big shots. He's faced 4 and all 4 have been similar. Let's see what he does against Saif here. Saif Ghori just pulling up there, ensuring he's got his run up right. So he's got a hit for a boundary in his first ball. Never a good thing as a fast bowler. You're playing catch up after that.
This time, once again, decking away from Saqib Mahmood there. He likes to clear his front foot, launch the ball over cover point or go over square leg. And with the guy who's pitching the ball up looking for that outswing, it's not good shot selection.
Yeah, sometimes with some batters it doesn't matter where you bowl to them. There are those batters who will play only to the merit of the ball, and then there are those like Saqib Mahmood who like to go only one way, clear the leg and hit it. Well, if it hits the bat, it's good enough. If it doesn't, then it's the bowler who's won that battle.
This time it's gone straight up, mid-wicket settling. And has he taken it? I think he has. Almost made a meal of that catch, Shah Rukh Amin, but he's held on for dear life.
Yeah, it had to happen, did it? Saqib Mahmood was swinging at everything. This one got big on him. He swung hard, but it only got the top edge. Didn't even clear the 30-yard circle. And the fielder there taking it reverse cup, Australian style, in the yellow of Karwan CC. So the first wicket goes down for TVS. 16 for 1, Saqib Mahmood goes for 4.
So it's Mohammad Nadeem coming in at number 3. Burly, hard hitting, and been in plenty of runs. He's got at least 3 to 4 player of the match performances already in the Arabian Cricket League. Oh, that's gone right through him. A brute of a delivery from Saif Ghori.
You don't expect Mohammad Nadeem to play front foot defenses too many, but that time he had no choice but to go for a shot like that, because that was a brilliant delivery from Saif Ghori. A good comeback after getting hit for a boundary of the first ball.
Yeah, he's a recent addition to the squad, Saif Ghori. And you can see why. He has that quality, tall, lanky bowler, but bowls good outswing and mixes it up as well, has those variations you need in white ball cricket. Good prospect, good find for Karwan CC. This time treating the delivery with a lot more respect. And that will conclude a successful over for the men in yellow, 16 for 1. There you can see just getting that nip off the surface, and very watchfully played. Once again, a pleasing square drive there from Salman Khan, but not quite hitting the gap. Really is such a good player on the offside. Anywhere from point to extra, he can pepper you for boundaries.
And it's so good to have someone like that at the top of your order. You know, he won't get rattled by those swinging deliveries. That's another look at that. Confidently played.
Well, he reminds me a lot of another young talented batter from KPK back in the day. Oh, look at that pull shot. Absolutely picture perfect, but there was a deep square leg in place. You might remember him, or you may not, Samir Yunus. Yasir Hamid, if you remember him. Skinny lad, just like him, but had a wonderful, flowing, beautiful cover drive.
The name does ring a bell. I won't act like I do remember. But yes, Salman has been really impressive. The little bit we've seen of him, he looks like one of those guys who's got a bright future ahead of him. Good technique, nice head on his shoulders, thinking cricketer.
Meanwhile, Mohammad Nadeem yet to get off the mark. Oh, chase that one. Another no ball from Salman Salim. Well, that is becoming a problem here, Samir Yunus.
Yeah, you can't afford to have those early on. We saw what happened to Gems Education and then Ajman Heroes. So many extras early on. Really let the momentum of the game go away. They've picked up a wicket. They're on top now, Karwan. The last thing you want to do is give away no balls like this and then offer free hits, especially someone like Nadeem Mohammed, and he will punish you. You give him the license, he's in the form of his life, he's not going to let those go.
You absolutely must get that man out early. It's as simple as that. He's a pure match winner for TVSL. Meanwhile, free hit for him. And once again, he's been beaten, not given as a wide, although that was swinging prodigiously.
I just get the feeling though, Ahmad, that they may have done some homework here, especially against Mohammad Nadeem, because they are bowling a lot to his off stump line. And that seems to be one of those areas that he's not too strong on. We know he loves to absolutely hammer the ball, especially if it's straight or down his pads. But on the offside, we haven't seen him being too confident with those drives and those pushes.
Yeah, he's usually very strong towards extra, but behind point, it's a different kind of game. He likes to stride forward boldly on the front foot. Not finding it easy out there. And once again, beaten outside off. This is sensational bowling from Salman Salim.
You bowl to any batter in those areas, it's got to be a struggle. On that fourth stump channel, just slightly swinging away, and if you can also bring that back like a typical left armer, then that's a super skill set to have. Bringing it back in, taking it away, confusing the batter. Mohammad Nadeem is not the most technically correct batter, so there is a prime LBW candidate waiting for you.
I would like to see that extra cover fielder also coming in a catching position. Shahrukh Amin posted there. Come in at least 3-4 yards. This time glide it, and they will pick up a single there for Khan Khalil. Oh, overthrows, and there's nobody at mid-wicket. This is a long chase for Amir Hamza, and it's a 4. Well, can you believe it? Where he shouldn't have had 1, he's gotten 5.
I'm not sure if there was a need for a throw there. Muhammad Nadeem was comfortably strolling towards the non-striker's end. In fact, he strolled at the striker's end. And someone should have been backing up.
Just mentally switched off there. There was no need for a throw there for Khan Khalil. Usually a wicket keeper doesn't feel that point. And there you can see just got that back of the heel and it kissed the rope. So 5 runs awarded to Nadeem. He'll be mighty pleased with that.
Yeah, take them as they come. There's no need for an effort there. Just wanted a single, ended up getting 5. Last ball of the over. Let's see how he finishes up, Salman.
So extras, no balls and overthrows. That's not a good combo. Beautiful pull shot once again. He plays it with such authority and command. 3 overs completed. It's 24 for 1. So Saif Ghori will continue. First over did get him success. Oh, it's gone straight up. Who'll take this catch? Mid-off is settling. And he's held on there. It's the captain himself. And you can see how delighted he is. That's a huge wicket.
You would expect someone like a Nadeem to play a shot like that. We were just so highly praising Salman Khan of how well he's played here today and how good he's looked. But he just had a brain fade, I think, and hit it right up in the air for an easy catch.
Yeah, the feet didn't move. Look at that, didn't get to the pitch of the ball. And that was the pressure catch. And well held by the captain and the owner of the side, Babar Iqbal. You could see how much that means to the side. That's a huge wicket. 24 for 2.
So Saif Ghori, who looked the better bowler, has picked up another wicket. Oh, chasing that outside the off stump. Not the best of ideas. A little too far to be driving that. Nasir Faraz is the new batter in. He has a slip in place. Obviously swinging it away from the right hand, Saif Ghori. Looking to take full advantage of this start that they've got here. Have the vision team under the pump here. 24 for 2. And Karwan will look to add that pressure now.
Well, it was a must-win game for them, as said during the toss. And they're playing like it. Beautifully clipped away by Nasir Faraz. Beats the fine leg. It's a big chase for Tariq Mahmood. And once again, the boots are out. Working hard in the field.
Yeah, good stop that in the end, despite stopping that with his boots. And if you've noticed, it hasn't been very bad bowling from Karwan. They've been disciplined. Yes, a couple of no balls here and there, but otherwise the lines and lengths have been immaculate. Yes, Salman looked really good for a couple of drives, but otherwise it's been very good bowling on display.
Yeah, they've got that ball talking under lights here. It's swinging for both Saif Ghori and Salman Salim. They just need to keep chipping away at these wickets. Keep TVSL honest. Uppish drive over extra cover. That was absolutely delicious from Nasir Faraz.
Yeah, he attempted that off the first delivery he faced. Couldn't get close to it, but this time he's made a good connection. Off the middle of the bat, leaned into it again, and over cover for a nice looking boundary there for Nasir Faraz. That'll make him feel very good.
This boy is a super talent. I was just having a chat with him before the game, getting to know more about him. He is from Karak in the northern regions of Pakistan. Has played a very, very high level. Made it up to the KPK second 11, which these days, let me tell you, it's a very, very big achievement. The kind of talent we have coming out of there in Pakistan. And you can see he looks the part, doesn't he, Sameer?
Absolutely. Got his bearings right. Looks very good. Another attempt. It will run for that little fumble by the fielder.
Well, a needless direct hit once again. This time they've shown opportunism. Sneaked in one. Let's take a look exactly what happened. It was glided straight to that point fielder. Is it Furqan Khalil? No, it's Amir Hamza with the shy at the non-striker's end. Absolutely unnecessary.
Well, I'd say that was stolen by Muhammad Nadeem. He just showed the fielder that he's interested in a single, then got back in time, got him to have the throw in.
Yeah, Moin Khan used to do that a lot. He was a real troublemaker, mischievous.
Oh, that's hit him.
That didn't quite rise up as Nadeem expected. He's having a torrid time out there in the middle. 31 for 2. Well, it's been a long time coming, but now we see Zahid Ali into the attack. Very, very good fast bowling trio Karwan CC have with Saif Ghori, Zahid Ali and Salman Salim. They also have Amir Hamza and Karwan. Genuine bowling, batting all-rounders, both of them. And they need Zahid Ali to give them a spell here. They've got TVSL on the back foot. Can they push them further against the wall here? I'd like to see a slip in place, but the slip cordon is empty currently. Nicely tucked away towards the leg side once again. He does look a really good, solid, quality player, Nasir Faraz.
Indeed. 32 for 2 now in the 5th over. They'll want to play a bit cautiously, these two. Nadeem will have to curb his instincts of wanting to go big, because this is a very crucial time in the game for them. They don't want to lose another wicket trying to take a risk, so maybe just knock it around, watch off the power play. Then once the gaps open up inside the 30-yard circle, you can start adding on those runs. But for now, cautious approach is what the doctor has ordered.
Well, they've posted a fielder in that fly slip position for Nadeem. I think that's a good idea. He's been struggling big time outside off. And can Zahid Ali get it right? Can he get him to chase one? Bowled on the pads, slightly overbalancing, but he wouldn't mind. He'd just like to spend some time at the crease, even if it's at the non-striker's end.
Yeah, not where you want to bowl after having a slip in place, going down the leg side there. Yeah, Muhammad Nadeem maybe isn't striking the ball as well as he would like to, but the longer he stays out there, the trouble he's going to cause for Karwan CC, because once he gets in, once he's settled in, everyone has seen how dangerous he can be with that willow in his hand.
Oh, he's an absolute beast. There's no other way to describe him. Hits huge sixes. I think he's cleared the ICC Academy roof a couple of times
Well, a few times.
in the Arabian Cricket League. But this is a good battle going on. Quality swing bowler and quality pair at the crease. Oh, look at that. Just once again nipping away off the surface. The perfect outswinger.
Yeah, from a neutral perspective, you never want to see a one-sided game. Always want to see two quality sides going at each other. Little mini battles in the game. Little cat and mouse games between a good batter and a good bowler. A few historical dues to settle sometimes. And that's what you want to see.
Oh, absolutely. We've had an absolutely humdinger of a Thursday so far. First game was hotly contested. I expect this one to be too. Outside edge, past the slip fielder. Despairing dive. Good effort, but it's another chance gone begging.
That was going at some pace. He hit that quite hard, and that's why he took a thick edge outside the outside edge. And even the tallest fielder out there tonight wouldn't have been able to grab that one.
Well, let's take a look how close the fielder was there. Oh, just reacted late, I reckon. It's Furkan Khalil. He's been in the thick of the action. Backup wicketkeeper. In fact, he's a frontline wicketkeeper. So, if he'd gotten a fingertip or two on that, we could have had a chance for the catch of the tournament.
Well, muscle memory would have had him wondering where his gloves were.
Once again, and he's dropped it. And Zahid Ali is absolutely fuming. That was a sitter.
Well, that was a sensational delivery from Zahid Ali. Angling in, Nasir Faraz playing down the wrong line, and then it just leaves him. Look at that, what a ball. But what a letdown by the fielder at slip. How unfortunate is that? You bowled the perfect delivery and ably, visibly frustrated Zahid Ali. Just not deserving that.
Well, it reminds me of the Champions Trophy 2017 final. Virat Kohli dropped at slip by Azhar Ali. This time it went there again. That time Shadab hung on at point, but this time Furkan Khalil. Well, that is very, very poor. It has to be said. Especially from a man who's a wicketkeeper. In dipper this time, just squeezed away to point. An eventful over comes to an end. 38 for 2. Saif Ghori into his third over. And look at that drive. Well, now he's given you edges twice. Don't expect it a third time from Nasir Faraz.
Yeah, unfortunate Zahid Ali. You got a feel for him. Must be fuming wherever he's fielding, that is.
Well, if you see somebody, if you see steam coming out of one corner of the field, that will be Zahid Ali.
Call the fire department. Well, Saif Ghori has bowled well. 2 for 12 for him. He'll be looking to pick up one more, especially that of Nasir Faraz, who's looked the better batter out of the two out there.
Yeah, it has been tough going for both batters. Look at that wonderful drive once again. Burst through the hands of the cover fielder. And Karwan CC are being their own worst enemy right now, Samir Yunus.
Yeah, a couple of letdowns. They've been bossing up until that last catch drop, and now through the legs. That's a regulation fielding. You can't let those go. And all that pressure that was created has just been let loose.
Well, I can see that the dew has arrived. It's getting slippery out there. We are seeing some misfields, some dropped catches. The outfield is starting to look heavy and choppy. So it will be difficult out there for the Karwan CC bowlers, and especially the TVSL bowlers later in the evening.
Well, I can confirm that for you. Just playing with my son, some tennis ball cricket on the sidelines. It's a very, very wet outfield out there.
Oh,
That got nasty on him.
that was a ripper from Saif Ghori, utilizing his height. They've still snuck two though. Nothing seems to be going their way currently. Pardon me, only one run. I thought they'd scampered for two. Still in good spirits though. That's important. When sometimes you feel the rub of the green is going against you, you have to keep the spirits up. Because Saif Ghori, he's bowled absolutely beautifully tonight. Slow delivery, nicely bowled and dug out towards wide-ish mid-wicket. So Nadeem, he is just battling for survival out there, Samir.
Well, you have to be very brave to bowl a slow full delivery to someone like Nadeem. Well, it worked out quite well out there in the end for Saif Ghori. Just a single. But yes, he's been a very brave bowler. Pitched it up, let the ball swing quite a bit. Picked up 2 wickets. Has done everything perfectly so far.
Current run rate not too bad in the power play, all things considered. Below 8. But if they had held that catch of Nasir Faraz, that would have completely changed the complexion of this match. 18 off 12 now. He's looking solid. Ominous signs. Once again, right on the money. I really like the variations, and he's got raw pace as well, Saif Ghori.
Yeah, a young prospect, a bright prospect for Karwan CC. They have a knack of picking up these talented cricketers. Probably a decent scouting network going on.
Oh, absolutely. Babar Iqbal, he is absolutely obsessed with this cricket. He's been running Karwan CC for a fair while now, given a lot of budding cricketers opportunities at the highest domestic level. He always competes in all the Tier 1 tournaments, the AAA tournaments. Beautiful cut shot behind point. That was absolutely picture perfect from Nasir Faraz. Wow.
Well, Nasir Faraz has looked the only comfortable batter out there tonight. Back of a length. It wasn't even too far outside the off stump. It's almost on the 4th stump, but Nasir Faraz looked like he had enough time to choose where he wanted to place that, and he placed that perfectly behind point for a boundary. Much needed one for TVS. 6 overs done. End of the power play, 48 for 2.
So Zahid Ali, the aggrieved party continues. And interestingly, he's bowling in dippers to Mohammad Nadeem, perhaps trying to set him up here.
Yeah, he's bowled well. Given away 6 runs, but he's unlucky to not have that number 1 next to his wicket column. Bowled a brilliant delivery. And I'm just wondering, is it the same Mohammad Nadeem out there that's batting? What we saw a few nights ago.
Well, every day is a different day, isn't it? This man has been winning Player of the Match awards for fun, and tonight struggling on 6 off 10. Just can't find the middle of the stick at all. Been beaten outside off a fair few times. Sliced in the air, not in control. But it will go down to deep third for 1.
That struggle of Nadeem also tells you a thing, and that is, no matter how good a batter is, it doesn't matter what his reputation is or what his skill sets are. You bowl the right lines, you bowl the right channels, you can trouble anyone on your day. And that's what Saif and Zahid have done so far. They've found the right channels. It's so important early on in their ICCA Academy grounds, because the ball does move around, the wicket does assist you. If you can get your rhythm going, find those channels, you'll always be successful.
Oh, trying to cut that Over point. Yeah, that's what you needed to do, Nasir. Play with a straighter bat. He went with the angle face. If he had gone straight up that ramp, he may have gotten 6 there.
Yeah, bouncer angling in. Don't see that often. Bouncers are generally bowled straight, but there was almost a swinging bouncer. It got closer to him as it got to him, so he had to change his mind at the last moment.
Yeah, he's a super skillful bowler. Zahid Ali has all the tools of the trade, the in-swinger, genuine outswinger, Yorker length, that sharp nippy bouncer as well, as we saw. Really a complete bowler. Tucked away towards mid-wicket. Bit of a misfield, but that will bring up the 50 for TVSL, and they've really had to grind for it tonight.
Oh, absolutely, yes. We've been talking about how well Karwan have bowled, made full use of this track, because of which TVSL have had it tough. It is the power play, the end of the power play. Mid on, mid off are still up, so confident from the bowlers. There's third man, fine legger in the boundary line. So is the deep extra cover and deep square leg.
Well, what I am wondering is how long will they persist with the seamers? Will we see some spin now that the power play has expired? Big shot down the ground. That's a clean connection. And that's the Mohammad Nadeem maximum that we were waiting for.
Well, it took him 12 balls, but finally he's arrived. This is how he likes to play. Clear that leg and absolutely hammer it. And he's cleared that building a few times over here. Does it one more time.
So powerfully built. Even a half hit of his clears the fence with ease. That wasn't quite out of the middle, because then it would have gone over the ICC Academy. But took a chance and it paid off.
And sometimes that's all he needs. One big hit, one good connection to get him back into that groove. He looks determined here. Mohammad Nadeem, he wants to play a long innings here.
Yeah, sometimes you have to earn the runs. They don't come easy. And Zahid Ali, he looks mentally deflated at the moment. That dropped catch of Nasir Faraz, perhaps still on his mind. Projected scores looking pretty good. They're going at around 8.2. I think we'll need plenty more than 163 though. This time hit uppishly. Once again, not out of the center of the stick. Not a bad over though. Only 8 off it. 56 for 2. So as we were musing when we will see some spin being introduced, Tariq Mahmood coming into the attack. Well, he's known around the circuit as Tariq Murali, and you'll find out pretty soon why.
Well, you were musing, and I was amused when I saw him for the first time.
3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 for the dad jokes. And Nasir Faraz, let me tell you, Sameer, he's very, very good against spin. He's not just good, very, very good.
Well, there's one way to find out and see if he sticks around and plays that innings that his team so desperately wants him to.
Yeah, he's gotten off to a start, 23 of 17, gotten a life as well. That half front foot press, and then he goes back, watches the ball very, very late onto the blade.
Well, if Tariq Mahmood can bowl 25% as good as Murali here tonight, In TVSL, we'll have a lot of issues.
Especially in these dewy conditions. You're absolutely spot on. But of course, the run rate and over rate considerations have to be kept in mind. We do have that cut-off time in place for the Arabian Cricket League. Just punched down the ground there. That's a safe shot to play.
And this is the way to go probably for TVS right now. Yes, power play maybe didn't yield them the result that they would have wanted. They've lost those 2 wickets, but now they'll have to take risks very carefully. Long off and long on are in place. Yes, Muhammad Nadeem, when he hits them, those 2 fielders are generally spectators, but he too will have to be careful here because they can't afford to lose another wicket, at least not in this phase of the game.
Yeah, he might need to employ the sweep shot if he's not picking what Tariq Mahmood is bowling. Let's see how he copes with it. Once again, nicely bowled, right on the money, squeezed away to mid-wicket. And they were looking for 2, but Nadir Hussain, he is still very sprightly in the field. Excellent fielder.
What's interesting is both these batters have the same field setup. Now, I'm not sure if that's the right way to go because what's a very different batters in the way they go about. The leg side is absolutely packed, especially the boundaries. No one inside the circle. So anything over on the offside, Nasir Faraz can easily pick that up. There's just one deep extra cover.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be eyeing that gap. Well spotted. Oh, back cut and down to short third for a boundary. Poor delivery. And just that hint of width, hint of room, and he's jumped all over it.
Generally, you find third man up in the circle against a spinner because you don't expect spinners to bowl those deliveries so far wide outside the off stump. Wasn't even a convincing shot. That was an under edge. But yet, goes away to the boundary.
No real spin on offer as far as I can see. Will be challenging with that wet ball. But still, not a horrible over. Only 6 off it. But they would like to see him pick up some wickets here. There you can see really furiously working away with that towel, trying to keep his hands dry, keep the ball dry as well. Struck on the pads, big appeal, but that was clearly outside the line. So decent over from Tariq Mahmood, 62 for 2.
Just another look at that. May have pitched outside the leg stump. Yes, that's probably what under him. Also going down leg. Tariq Mahmood just getting hit for 1 boundary. A decent over in the end. 8 done, 62 for 2.
So another change in the bowling. Zahid Ali has been relieved. Nadir Hussain coming into the attack. Bowled a superb spell in the previous game. Picked up 3 wickets. He'll be looking to get that seam movement he got that evening as well off the surface. And Mohammad Nadeem with a very wild hoik. And it beats Muazzam, the keeper, as well. They'll pick up 4 byes.
Yeah, that beat everything. Everything and everyone. Nadeem looking for that big shot. Probably want to target Nadir. Doesn't probably offer the same pace as Saif, but he missed it completely and so did the keeper. So 4 byes, not a bad ball. Didn't deserve to go for a 4.
They've only conceded 8 extras, but they've had a fair few overthrows as well. We can count those too. So they've given around 13 to 14 runs as freebies. And only the 9th over, Samir.
And those towels coming out are all the more reason for TVS to have a big score here.
On the pads, tucked away towards square leg. They are eyeing 2, but good attacking fielding there from Karwan. He's also a handy right arm swing bowling option, but I think they do have that over 8 in the back of their mind.
Yeah, a couple of issues for them here. One is the wet ball and the other one is that over 8 issue. They'll have to get through quickly.
I think Babar Iqbal himself might have to come on to bowl, because they have a lot of medium pacers, fast medium. Saif Ghori, they've got Salman Salim, Zahid Ali, Nadir Hussain, Amir Hamza, Karwan. They've got genuine 5 frontline fast bowling options, but not a lot of spinners apart from Tariq Mahmood and Babar Iqbal. So you need to balance your bowling attack. Maybe Shahrukh Amin, the youngster, can give them a few overs of spin as well.
Oh, Nadeem looking for that big one. Probably took his eyes off it too soon. 15 of 17 for him. Such an uncharacteristical inning from Nadeem there.
Well, our scorer was just telling us in the previous game he got a 13 ball 50, and tonight he was run a ball 13. So a new day, a new innings. He's just not found his groove at all. This time just worked away to the leg side. They'll be plenty pleased to just give him one towards the leg side.
And just to expound on that point about the doubles coming out so early in the game, it's just the 9th over of the first innings. The ball already so wet, and this will worry the TVS batters because they know they need a big enough total for their bowlers to come out and defend, and it's not going to be easy bowling with these wet conditions.
Oh, absolutely. So they need to create that buffer in the score as well. Perhaps get up to 185 plus, because Karwan CC bat deep. Oh, look at that glide behind point from Nasir Faraz. Absolutely glorious.
Well, talk about placement. Two fielders, they are very close to each other. Point and third man, and he's absolutely threaded a needle through them. Look at that. How nice. How beautiful. Nasir Faraz, in fact, Nadeem there. Nasir Faraz playing a conventional and beautiful looking stroke. 73 for 2.
So Tariq Mahmood will continue. They need a good steady 4 over spell from him, but I'm sure TVSL know that and will look to counter-attack.
Yeah, they'll target him, that's for sure. They'll want to get as many as they can against a spinner. Another look at what happened there. Toe edge of the bat. Still went a long way.
But you could see the intent is very clear. They want to go after him. Looking for that back cut once again, Nasir Faraz. A bit too close to him.
Well, they'll have to be smart. Nasir Faraz has looked good. 33 of 23 for him. So he'll have to be out there and try and play the 20 overs. I love Nadeem to play those big strokes.
Current run rate just a tick below 8. Not too bad. Decent platform. Using his feet this time. Clipped through the leg side. Only for 1. Well, I think Mohammad Nadeem, he's going to throw the kitchen sink at it this time.
Or maybe the idea might just be, let's get to 10 overs, see where we are, then reassess what would be a good finish. Have a target in mind, maybe 15 overs and then to the 20th over.
Yeah, with the wet ball, you can certainly plan and execute scoring about 120 runs in the final 10. That will be plenty. Getting up to around that double 100 score. 50 partnership has been raised. This time drilled through extra cover. But that fielder was placed exactly for that shot.
Yeah, so far, what we've seen from Karwan is that they've done their homework well. They've figured out the strengths and weaknesses of each batter, especially having Nadeem on 18 of 20. Takes a lot of thinking and strategizing.
Yeah, they've kept him quiet. You're absolutely spot on there. Usually he's on 40 plus at this stage. Still hung in there for the side though, given them a partnership when they need it. Swiped away towards wideish mid wicket. There is protection out there. Nadir Hussain, he's patrolling a huge area on the leg side, but they have that trust in him. Wonderful fielder.
And every time they tried to go for that big shot, played with aggression, they found the fielder in the deep. Now that might just get a bit frustrating here for the TVS
Yeah,
team.
it has been a scratchy partnership so far. Although Nasir Faraz has looked pretty fluent as compared. Big shot from Nadeem. It's a skimmer. It's a flat six. On to the grass banks.
How many times have you seen Nadeem doing this? Full, clears his front leg and slaps it. Oh, look at that. That's hit with some serious force. As a bowler, I might be offended when someone hits me a six like that. 83 for 2 after 10.
Plenty of batting to come for TVSL. Nadir Hussain continues. And now this partnership is starting to get out of hand here, Samir Yunus. Karwan CC need a wicket.
Yeah, if you're a Karwan fan, you'll be worried. They do definitely need a wicket, especially to break this partnership. Both of them looking very solid now. 8+ and over this run rate. If they continue like this, easily get about 160, 170, and TVS do have a very good bowling lineup.
They most certainly do. Oh, inside edge. That could have gone anywhere. Despite that six, it's been an uncharacteristic knock from Mohammad Nadeem.
Yeah, and that's been Nadeem's story tonight. He's either connected it very well or it's just been half hits.
Yeah, he needs to play percentage cricket now. Don't try to smash everything. Or you can smash everything for six. Just like that. What a hit.
Now one ball he looks troubled, not making a fine connection, and the next ball he absolutely bludgeons it. Look at that.
Yeah, it was a nothing delivery from Nadir. Just sat on the pitch asking to be spanked. And Mohammad Nadeem at the best of times is going to climb all over it.
He'll probably call this one of his uncomfortable innings despite hitting it so cleanly. 30 of 23 now, slowly getting back to his usual best, Mohammad Nadeem. The longer he's out there, the worrisome Karwan CC will become.
So Nadir Hussain under a bit of pressure now. This time drilled through extra cover. Got a boot on it, the captain. Didn't want to stick a hand out at that fizzing cover drive.
Yeah, smile about it as long as it's not hurting. But a good effort in the end. That was running away to the field. That extra cover would have been only one anyway.
Current run rate still not too flash at 8.5. But you do feel that the dam is just about to break if they don't pick up a wicket here. Nadeem is connecting now. Nasir playing a flawless knock. And he's powered this straight to long on. Amir Hamza with the safe pair of hands. And that's a huge moment in the game.
I'm not sure if Nasir needed to go that way. They've got the 6 in the over. He would have been better off allowing Nadeem to do all the big hitting. Either way, he's gone for that flashy shot. And he's hit it straight to Amir Hamza there, who takes a very comfortable catch down at long on. So a much needed wicket here for Karwan CC. They finally break this partnership, which was looking ominous. 91 for 3 now. Nasir Faraz go for 36 of 28.
So Jawad Ghani, experienced campaigner, one of the cornerstone players of TVSL, coming in at 5. So they are in a slight spot of bother here. Nicely glided, but good fielding by Zahid Ali. And it's a successful over for the man in yellow. Picked up the big wicket of Nasif Faraz, 91 for 3. So Tariq Mahmood will continue. Big hit through mid-wicket. Not finding the gaps just yet, Nadeem. And this feels like a crucial stage of the game, Samir.
Yeah, this is why Nadeem will have to be careful here. Yes, they've lost the wicket. He might be thinking he's the kind of cricketer. The situation of the game doesn't really trouble him too much. He knows only one way to go. But might have to be a little bit smart here. Maybe ride out this wave a bit. Watch about for the next 3-4 overs. And then reassess the way to go.
Yeah, having an experienced campaigner like Jawad Ghani at the crease alongside him will help. They just need to recognize the game situation here. Don't do anything silly. A beautiful glide. And no chance for the short third as well. He watched that onto the blade and placed it to perfection.
Well, hello, Mahela Jawadana. A late cut. They don't come as pretty as that. How nicely played. Very, very late. Almost where the ball went to the keeper's hands. And then just poking his bat out there. How nice.
Yeah, he tried to fire that through and beautifully glided. Just a deflection. Cricket, well, it's a game of angles and touch, not about brute power. Not everybody can play like Mohammad Nadeem. So Tariq Mahmood is conceded an early boundary, will be under pressure. Lofted, but just short of the long off. Look at that ball skimming away. And even an experienced player like Karwan is struggling out there in the outfield.
And Jawad Ghani looks the complete opposite of Mohammad Nadeem. Not one of those powerhouse strikers. Likes to play those deft touch shots. Sometimes it's a good combination to have in the middle.
Yeah, he's very good square of the wicket. Likes to play the ball behind square. That's more his strong zone rather than those brutal power hits down the ground. Still very effective. Oh, inside edge. Nadeem wanted to send that ball all the way out of the Dubai Sports City.
Yeah, I looked to bludgeon that, but didn't get all of it. The last time that happened to him, the next one went out of the stands. So let's see what happens in the next ball. Tariq Mahmood, there's 2 more to go in his 3rd over.
Yeah, watch out for that ball landing in the schoolyard. There he goes, and there she goes, bang into the side screen for a maximum to bring up the 100 for TVSL.
Well, that side screen has taken some serious hammering today. This time it's Mohammad Nadeem once again hitting it with so much force.
That was a poor delivery, Samir. You know he's going to chase you, and you've bowled a slot ball right in his arc. You'd expect better from an experienced bowler like Tariq.
Absolutely. We've seen he's weak when you bowl him on that good length delivery on that 4th stump line. So why bowl it full? He waits for that. He prays for that.
And now this spell has become expensive. None for 28, but still 1 over to come. That's much better. Back of a length and bowl flat. He'll keep the strike for the next over, Mohammad Nadeem. 104 for 3 with 8 overs to go. So Babar Iqbal has turned to his ace, Salman Salim, wicketless so far, but they definitely needed to break the momentum here. Perhaps he can pry through and get the wicket of Mohammad Nadeem.
Well, just going by that first game, you saw how the spinners of Ajman Heroes were successful through those middle overs. Ankur, especially the left armour.
Yeah, they need something here. Attempted Yorker, struck outside the line, but that's one option for sure.
Yeah, so Babar Iqbal choosing to stick with his pace guns, perhaps not having too many options in that spin department.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem for sure. He will be coming under the overrate scanner. Of course, you will be penalized with fielding restrictions if you do not complete your 20 overs in the allotted time. So that will be in the back of his mind. They're bringing the long off up to the ring now for Jawad Ghani. There is a long on, deep third, deep square, and a deep fine leg. And of course the cover sweeper. Pretty much orthodox field apart from the mid off. And he's cleared his front leg and slapped it over mid wicket for 4.
Well, talk about wrong assessment of Jawad Ghani's batting. We thought he's one of those guys who likes to nudge them around. But don't take that innocent face so lightly. He's absolutely slapped this down on the onside.
Yeah, 0 back lift and he was ready for it. Fast hands and nicely put away. So Salman Salim, early boundary once again. That's the key. You need to get a 4 or a 6 early. Then the bowler is on the back foot and looking to do damage control. It takes the sting out of his bowling. And now those projected scores are looking ominous here, Samir.
Yeah, indeed. Jawad Ghani here. He's also now getting among the runs. Well, you have to be smart enough because he knows Mohammad Nadeem is connecting some very nicely. So maybe you don't have to go after every ball. You've got the boundary, now get the single and put the big man on strike.
Slow delivery, beautifully bowled. That came to him in installments.
Perfectly described there, but never really got to him. Played it yesterday. The ball arrived tomorrow.
Yeah, that's one thing you can do. Use your variations. 109 for 3. Still 7.5 overs to go. They can easily pile on another 100 runs in that span if Nadeem is still out there. Beautifully bowled once again, but they will... No, turned back. That could have been a run out. Nadir Hussain, you would have backed him to hit the sticks there.
Yeah, a bit of yes and no. Undecided Mohammad Nadeem at the non-striker's end and almost paying the price with his wicket. He wanted it. Jawad Ghani initially said yes, but in the end, after he took a couple of steps, Nadeem, Jawad Ghani denied him. And had that been a direct hit, would have been a curtains for Nadeem.
That was the slice of luck that Karwan needed. Now they've pushed Nadir Hussain back to the fence. Perhaps trying to protect the boundary. Nicely bowled. He's been hitting that block hold with some consistency.
Yeah, hasn't bowled badly, Salman Salim. Started off well. Now he's come back for his third over. Nadeem will be taking strike off the last ball. Now what will he do here? Will he get a single, keep the strike for the next over, or will he look for that big shot?
Well, my intuition tells me he's gonna chase the big shot. No, I was wrong. Tucked towards fine leg. Only for 1 run. So Nelson on the board after 13 overs. So Nadir Hussain reintroduced into the attack. You can see third man is up, fine leg is up. And that has been crushed towards extra cover, beats the fielder. And the deep cover for 4.
What a lazy effort. What a lazy effort from the fielder at cover. Skipper there, not setting the right example for his teammates. Especially against someone like Mohammad Nadeem. You can't have a casual effort like that and give away boundaries with so much ease. Very early on now the bowler, Nadir, is under pressure. And Mohammad Nadeem, when he's on strike, 6 shy of his 50.
A bit of a bad bounce there for Babar Iqbal. And yes, once again, it's 3 overs in a row. They've got that early boundary. Good tactics here from TVSL. And somehow, despite all his trials and tribulations, Nadeem is 1 hit away from a 50. He's had to earn it tonight. But he has been the epitome of consistency for the men in blue and red. Big shot! But not connected. And taken a stunning catch there. Furqan Khalil lets out his frustration. He dropped a few, but this time he's clung on for dear life. And that's a massive moment in the game.
They've got the prized wicket of Mohammad Nadeem. Oh, how desperately they wanted this. Because had he been around, that total would have gotten to a mammoth one. They started off so well, Karwan. Mohammad Nadeem settled down. They let it slip a bit. But once again, with that wicket, one might just think that they are back in the game. He goes for a well-compiled 44 of 32, Mohammad Nadeem. Uncharacteristic, but important runs in the scheme of things. 4 wickets down for TVSL, 115 on the board.
So in comes another powerful striker of the ball, Ubaidullah Muhammad. Has an uncomplicated batting style. Clear the front leg and smash it for 6. And that formula will work at the ICCA Academy ground too.
Yeah, we've seen a few of these kind of batters. There's only one way they know to play. And TV has won't mind someone like him coming in now. Jawad Ghani looks well settled. He'll now look to nudge them around. He can hit the ball too if he wants to. But it'll be Ubaidullah who'll want to try and provide impetus to this innings. Nadeem was doing it all this while, but it's now his turn.
So a change in the ball. Of course, it is a very soggy outfield now. That seam gets torn apart very quickly. Oh, nicely bowled by Nadir. Right on the money, stump to stump. And Ubaidullah will squeeze it away to get off the mark.
Gets his first runs. Nadir has picked up 2 wickets, 2 important wickets for Karwan. Now it's up to Karwan to not let this advantage slip. They'll have to bowl disciplined lines, not give away too many freebies. Don't let the batters to settle down. If they can also pick up the wicket of Jawad here, then they'll really be back in the driving seat.
Yeah, it's a crucial phase of the game. Well spotted there, Samir. They can really turn the tide with a couple of quick wickets. Nicely clipped towards mid-wicket. Pushing for 2. And Jawad Ghani will make it in time. They recognize that the fielder was slightly on his heels. And they've picked up a couple.
We've seen so often captains choosing to keep that leg side vacant, especially during these overs. That's when batters who are smart batters, they take advantage of that. Just push it with soft hands. Allow the fielder in the deep to run in and pick up that ball, allowing them enough time to get a couple.
They don't want to be chasing anything above that 186, I reckon. It will become difficult. Nicely bowled. They're giving Nadir Hussain a lot of respect. They know how canny he is, how skillful. But can you believe it? Another no ball, Samir Yunus.
Yeah, you started praising him. It had to happen. A no ball followed by a free hit to Jawad Ghani.
Well. Babar Iqbal must be tearing his hair out. It's his military medium bowler bowling no balls now.
And it's a big man, Ubaidullah, on strike.
Yeah, he's going to pound the ball for sure. Free hit. Long off, long on, deep mid-wicket, deep square leg in place, and the deep cover. Third man and finer up, but I don't think he'll be scooping anything anytime soon. Here we go. Drilled down the ground, but there is a long off in place, so they got away with that one.
Yeah, not much damage done. We're thanking his stars, Nadir. But yeah, just a word on his action. Very skiddy kind of bowler. Comes to you faster than you imagine as a batter. It hasn't got the height, but he just gets to you.
Well, like the great Sunil Gavaskar says, vertically challenged. That's what he is, but mighty effective. He hits that seam on a regular basis. Back cut behind point, and there you go. They started the over with a boundary and concluded with one as well. Frustration for Karwan CC.
They're letting the advantage slip. That's not what you want to do after you picked up that important wicket and broken that partnership. Again, not too far outside the off stump, but that lack of pace allowing Jawad to maneuver that behind the field at point for an important boundary. So 125 for 4 at the end of 14.
So another bowler being introduced here by Babar Iqbal, Karwan, slingy action, tall lad. Sliced into the gap once again. Frustration for Karwan CC. Back-to-back boundaries now for TVSL.
Almost a replay of that final delivery of the last over. This time it's Ubaidullah who gets in on the act. Slightly in the air, but away from the fielder. And there'll be another boundary.
Yeah, got the length wrong. It was too short on that back of the hander. And Ubaidullah, experienced cricketer, knew how to place it in the gap. This time smacked over point. 3 boundaries in a row. Ubaidullah is having fun out there.
They're letting it slip, Karwan. They're really letting it slip here. They picked up the wicket of Nadeem. They might have thought, right, we're in on the game, but their bowlers here are letting it loose. They were loved. 3 very easy boundaries.
Well, now there is a deep cover and a deep extra for Karwan. He needs to hit the block hold. He's bowling those slower ones, but not getting the length right, allowing Ubaidullah to just carve it in the air. And 10 off 4, he's playing a pretty handy cameo here.
Going at 9.3 per over now, TVSL.
Yeah, it's becoming dangerous for sure. Another slower one. This one didn't get up at all. That's what he's looking for. But like you mentioned, current run rate has hopped above 9. And that's going to be a big run chase.
And that just might be the way to go, the one he bowled just now. Thrown off a pace. I love the batter to manufacture all the strength in those shots.
This time he's belted it. Deep cover. Takes a brilliant catch. Saif Ghori. The star man is out. And Karwan has bought a wicket here of Ubaidullah.
Well, he had to go for it, Ubaidullah. He saw it outside the off stump. His eyes lit up. Played a shot that wasn't to be hit. He could have driven that nicely, but it went up in the air. And what a good catch by Saif Ghori. He can't do anything wrong today. Picked up 2 wickets and now a brilliant catch. So, again, getting that advantage. The 5th wicket goes down for TVS. They are 133. Ubaidullah goes back into the hut.
So the new batter in is Umar Rashid, the wicket keeper. Still 5 overs to go. Half the side back in the hut. Oh, short ball. Good mix-up delivery, but given as a wide. Well, he's not wearing a helmet. That could be one reason.
Welcome to the crease, Umar Arshad. Kamara wanted him to.
Well, surprisingly, our stats guru is telling us it's the first wide of the innings, and that was much too high.
We had a few no balls. First wide though.
Plenty of free hits and plenty of overthrows.
3 no.
Nicely punched. Beats the point fielder. There is protection out there. Saif Ghori will clean it up. And look at him hurtling between the sticks. He's very fast between the 22 yards.
Yeah, a couple of runs there to get off the strike, get off the mark, Umar Arshad. And somebody here between these two will have to play a big cameo for them to get to maybe 180, 190. That's where they'll be looking at. 5 overs to go after this ball. They can get 50 runs off the last 5. They'll be well placed. This time it's on the leg side. I'm not sure what he's asking for. Clips the pads. Should be a leg by, a single. End of 15. 5 to go. 137 on the board for TVS.
Saif Ghori coming into the attack for his final over. He's bowled stupendously well. But now it's the slog overs. Let's see if he can stem the tide of runs. Nicely bowled, squeezed away to point. And Amir Hamza smartly not going for a throw this time.
Yeah, no need to concede anything extra at this point of the game. You want to defend and try and block as many runs as possible. Saif has been busy down in the boundary line at extra cover. Been doing a lot of cleaning up, took a brilliant catch.
Yeah, he's a good package, isn't he? Good fielder, excellent seam bowler. Comfortable with the new ball. Has variations as well. A good prospect, good find for Karwan CC. Punching that off the back foot is Jawad Ghani. He's been at the crease for a fair while now, and I think he'll have to be the aggressor here, Samir.
Yeah, looks like it, doesn't it? He's been there for a while, watching the ball well. Saif Ghori wears the number 11 jersey. I told you about a batter who wears number 11. Do you know a good bowler, a very fine bowler who used to wear number 11, an Australian? Take a guess.
Well, I'll have to think about that one. Good punch off the back foot. Umar Rashid, good to see he's got a lid on. Number 11, was that Glenn McGrath?
Absolutely spot on.
There you go.
A fine fast bowler, an idol for so many young fast bowlers, all about line and length. You can't have a more disciplined bowler than him.
Yeah, he made bowling one channel, one pace, sexy, if you can call it.
You place a coin on a pitch and ask him to bowl 100 balls there, and he'll do it to perfection.
Phenomenal cricketer he was. Absolute game changer. Pulled away. What a shot from Jawad Ghani. That was like Ricky Ponting.
Talk about Australian cricketers. It's the Karwan guys who are in yellow, but the men in red, Jawad Ghani. Brilliant stroke there. Almost slapped down the leg side.
You know, it's a good pull shot when you swivel with the ball, with the stroke. And that will put pressure on Saif Ghori in his final over. Just a nothing delivery. Sat up to be smashed. You need to bend your back, even if it's the final two deliveries of your spell.
Yeah, I think it was an attempted slower ball there by Saif Ghori. Got it horribly wrong, on a length, straight at him. Any batter will punish you if you bowl it there. And he read it early, more importantly.
Oh, slower ball gone wrong, but got away with it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just your day. They just needed to beat that fine leg. Just got a toe end or the splice of the bat.
Yeah, again, saw it early, Jawad, but it never came to him. Got down on that knee to hit it past the fine leg fielder. Came a little too slowly to him. So good start, good over this so far for TVS.
Still looking at that 180 target just on this run rate. Can they get beyond that into the psychological barrier of the double 100 score? Another slow delivery, beautifully bowled, followed the batter. And 2 for 31 on the day. I think Saif will be mighty pleased with that effort. 145 for 5 with 4 overs to go. So Zahid Ali back into the attack. He'll bowl the 17th and the 19th, I expect. Needs to show his quality here. Need to land that Yorker. Back of the hand this time, nicely bowled. And this next 23 deliveries, Samir, need to be of the highest quality from Karwan.
Yeah, it's always the last lap that's the most important and has to be the hardest. Karwan have to recognize what an important phase of the game this is for them. It's a make or break phase of the game. If they can bowl well and close this innings out, try and keep TVS under 170.
Yeah, that would certainly bring them in the game. Another slow delivery, nicely bowled. Chance for a run out, but mid off. Nadir Hussain just taking his eye off the ball, snatching at it.
They're never easy. You look at those little brown patches along the ground. Those are all indications that it's quite wet out there. The ball's probably very, very wet. You see those towels coming out regularly. It's going to be a challenge even for TVSL to be bowling out here tonight. And don't have much so far on the board.
Yeah, they need to rein it in. Every ball is an event. Short ball, and that was pace on. Through him this time. He's mixing it up quite beautifully here, Zahid Ali.
Yeah, a couple of full deliveries, this time short. So keeping the batter guessing. Jawad Ghani, we have seen him being good with the fuller delivery. Hasn't been very convincing with the pull shot so far.
And if they nip out a few here, we'll be into the tail. And we've seen in white ball cricket, when your tail enders are in, it becomes quite difficult to keep that scoring rate up. They tend to hole out or not take those quick singles. Pulled away this time. There is protection and it's a boundary. Very poor fielding by Salman Salim. Zahid Ali has been let down repeatedly by his outfielders.
Yeah, that kept running away from the fielder there. Salman Salim, despite his best effort, short ball, enough time for Jawad to pull that. Salman Salim there on the field could have done a better job. Little too late to react maybe. And those wet conditions, allowing the ball to slide outside the boundary line.
Yeah, that ball was always fizzing away from him. 150 up for TVSL. Jawad Ghani is controlling the pulse of this game currently. 27 off 15. He's played a pretty useful cameo. This partnership has grown to 18 runs. They just keep coming at you, don't they? Every pair will contribute. There's no small partnership of 5 of 10. They all get 18, 20, 25 plus. And once again looking for that hook shot, but it was pace on from Zahid Ali.
Again, a fast bowler's response. You get hit for a boundary, you take it in short to remind the batter that you're the one with the ball in the hand. And you can dictate terms. 150 up now for TVS in just the 17th over.
Well, it's the first time for a while that the projected run rate has come below 9. So you can see the Karwan CC bowlers are fighting hard here. They want to keep their side in the ACL. They need to win this game if they are to keep in touch with the top 3. Brilliant Yorker. Absolutely brilliant over from Zahid Ali. He's only conceded 5. 151 for 5 with 3 overs to go. Nadir Hussain, very interesting choice to bowl the 18th. Starts with a slower delivery, just drill down the ground for 1. I think they're taking a bit of a risk here.
But I'd say he's earned it. 3 overs, 30 runs is not a bad return for someone of his pace and his height for that matter. He doesn't look like one of those big lanky fast bowlers, but he's proved beyond doubt that he's able to deliver 2 wickets to his name.
Yeah, I just fear they'll be able to read what he's about to bowl and bang it out of the park. He is an experienced campaigner though. Babar Iqbal at the bottom of your screen looks pretty relaxed. I think he feels this is a chaseable score. Pulled away and will go over the mid-wicket fence for 6.
Now won't be chaseable if Jawad keeps hitting them like this. Again, not the biggest of back lifts, very innocuous looking stance, but when he hits them, they go a long way. This time again clearing the boundary line with some ease.
Yeah, it's the shorter mid-wicket fence towards the school end. And like I was fearing, they read that slower ball. They know he will mix it up. He missed his length. And that was enough for Jawad Ghani to slap him for a maximum as he moves into the 30s.
Yeah, deep mid-wicket now. Long on, long off. Deep extra cover. Deep square leg too in the boundary line, so he can't afford to go too short as well because third man and fine leg are up, so any edge, top or bottom, will run away. This is down the ground, and that's gone all the way onto the school for another maximum.
Well, he read that slower delivery like a book and smashed it straight. The shortest boundary is the one down the ground towards the side screen, and now this has become a very expensive decision from Babar Iqbal.
Well, your fears were rightly founded. You worried that Nadir might just be the wrong choice, and You've proven right with your assessment.
Yeah, I would have trusted somebody like Karwan, taller bowler, has a bit more pace. I can understand why they went for Nadir, but these are those line decisions that make all the difference. Pace on this time, and a late decision for a wide, and I think it's the right decision.
Yeah, Nadir clearly isn't happy. What this tells you, Ahmad, is that, let's take a look at it again. Marginal, I'd say, but just outside.
It started wide, that was the problem there, Samir.
Yeah, what this tells you is sometimes you don't have to rely on stats. Yes, until his third over, good returns, 2 for 29, but stats don't always tell you the full story.
Especially when you have so many options. Outside edge, short third is up, 166 wide, and now add 4. Amir Hamza's face says it all.
Yeah, been a bit predictable. When he bowled that wide, he gave an indication to Jawad that I'm going to be peppering that off-stump line and try to be full. Jawad recognized that early, went for that wild drive. He got the top edge, but he won't mind as long as it went to the boundary. He's on 43 now.
Very expensive over indeed. They've taken 18 off it, and still 2 more to go. That is why TVSL are defending champs here at the ICCA Academy. They just keep coming at you relentlessly. Now those projected scores are looking very, very ominous indeed. 2 more deliveries. Nadir Hussain needs to get out of here. It's gone straight up. Extra cover settling underneath it. And he's lost it in the lights. And they've picked up 2.
Babar Iqbal took a catch early on, that of Salman. This time again he got to it, but it just went through his hands. Look at that. Right under it. He was right under it, but just at the last moment he evaded him and went through his hands.
Yeah, just swirling in the air. Big full toss, blasted over the side screen for a biggie. What an expensive over. And that has put TVSL in the driving seat.
It's a 50 for Jawad, and what a way to bring it up. A huge 6, straight as you like, right behind the side screen, into those trees. And that'll propel this TVS score to 177 after 18 overs. 2 more to go. Can they get to 200? We find out.
Zaid Ali bowling the penultimate over of the innings. Drilled hard, beats the mid off for 4. What a shot, Umar Arshad.
Well, this is baffling. Honestly baffling from Karwan CC. If he's going to be bowling full, having mid-on and mid-off up, just doesn't make sense. Easy pickings there for Jawad Ghani, and the way he's been batting. This is Umar Arshad, by the way. He's got his first boundary, second boundary for that matter.
38-run partnership has completely changed the complexion of this batting effort. Karwan CC, just an over ago, must have felt we've done a great job, and then the floodgates have opened. They took 26 runs off that Nadir Hussain over. Oh, brilliant slower delivery. Despite it all, he's only conceded 23 runs with 4 deliveries remaining in his quota.
Yeah, clearly been the best bowler out there tonight. Unlucky to not have a wicket. But look at that now, almost going at 10 per over. At one point, they were struggling. 140 odd for 5, not too long ago, maybe a couple of overs ago. But certainly this total looking ominous, and they are surely on their way to get that double 100 buck. And usually, when a team gets to 200, bowling team doesn't fancy their chances coming out and chasing that.
Top edge towards deep third, and it will hit the fence. Given as 4, there was a deep third man, but that's just the way it goes sometimes.
Well, it's raining boundaries here now. Top edge goes behind the keeper, and there's no stopping that at the pace at which that is going.
Yeah, length at this stage will always be trouble, either towards the leg side or behind the keeper. The wheels are coming off here for Karwan CC. They did so well. Now the projected scores exactly 10 runs per over takes you to 200. Pulled away. It's gonna plug in the outfield in front of the deep square leg, and they will race through for 2.
Umar Arshad now getting into the act. He's gotten to a 16 now with those 2 boundaries and now a couple. So all the batters that have come out to bat for TVS tonight have contributed in some way. They've got starts. Some have gone on to make more. Jawad especially has got 50. Nadeem earlier with 44.
There's always somebody who stands up to be counted for TVSL. That's why there's such a good side. You can expect anybody to stand up on the day. Sometimes it's Nadeem, Nasif Faraz, Salman Khan, or maybe even Jawad Ghani, like tonight. Oh, that's clocked him on the grill. He looks all right though, but thankfully he was wearing a helmet.
Yeah, maybe hit him on the grill, but he seems all right, so no need to check that. A rare single.
Very rare indeed, especially considering the last 2 overs. None for 30 on the day. Zaid Ali, he deserved a lot better. Had a couple of catches dropped off him. Worked really hard for the side. And he's doing what he can to keep them below 200. It does seem like a certain formality though. Who will bowl the final over? That's what I'm wondering. Maybe Karwan. Oh, it's the toe end of the bat towards backward point and grasped once again. Well, Zaid Ali, you have to feel for him. It's just not been his night.
Again, it's popped up. Point did get under it. He did judge it well, but just that execution, always with every fielder, it's been that tonight. They've gotten to it, but they have failed to hold on to it. So the penultimate over, fetching quite a few runs for TVS. They're on 189 at the end of 19. 1 more over to go in this innings.
Right then, the cutoff time has expired. So that means there has to be an extra fielder in the inner ring. So we have a long off, long on, deep mid wicket and a deep cover. The square leg is up and the third man is also up here, Samir Yunus.
Yeah, very less margins for error here for Salman Salim, the left armour. He'll have to be right on the money. Any edges will fly away to the boundary.
Well, now they've brought the deep cover in and the deep square leg goes out. So anything on the offside, if it beats the inner ring, is a 4. Oh, he's gone straight through him, refusing the single there. And this time they will get it. No, run out. Plenty happening in that. And eventually Salman Salim gets the direct hit at the non-striker's end. They tried to steal a single there off the ricochet, but that was a bit too clever.
Yeah, sacrificing his wicket, Jawad. He had to go for it because Umar was halfway down the track. In the end, he had to give up his wicket. Good direct throw from Salman Salim. But what a hand Jawad has played. A superb knock. Came in when the team had lost a couple early. But he's played a gem of a knock. 53 of just 24. It's the beard that's feared. 190 TVS, 6 wickets down.
So 4 deliveries to go in the innings. New batter in is... it's Ikram Janjua, and it's gone through the keeper. 4 runs added to the score. Well, Karwan CC, you've let yourself down in the field.
Fortune favors the brave, they say. Everything going TVS's way tonight. Dropped catches, missed fields, and this time the keeper not being able to hold on to that. So it'll be 4 byes, which takes the team total to 195 now, with 3 more to go. Will they get those? Will they get that double figure, the magical number?
It seems like a certainty, although Salman Salim is landing his Yorkers. Fine leg is up. I would be thinking about pushing him back. Drilled straight. There is protection down the ground. So Umar Arshad, can he wield the long handle and send one out of the park?
Very much against what has happened so far. Salman Salim has come back well. He's bowled very good deliveries in this over. 4 deliveries, just 7 runs given away in the scheme of things. It's been a good effort.
It certainly has. 2 or 3 of the Karwan CC frontline bowlers have bowled well without reward. Zahid Ali especially. He'll be cutting a frustrated figure. And they had taken a fair few wickets early on, but just couldn't continue that momentum. And TVSL kept building partnerships, kept chipping away, and kept taking advantage of the drop catches. Here we go then. Oh, that's going to be a wide. Well, for once, his radar was slightly off.
Yeah, he's dropped third man down. There's no protection in front of the wicket on the offside. So risky line to bowl that if he gets anything past the inner ring, it's a certain boundary written there to the left-hander, to the right-hander, for the left-hander. Goes on strike.
Yeah, it's Ikram Janjua. Medium pacer coming in at number 8. He's handy with the bat. Just dribbled away onto the leg side. Well, this is a nice contest. They're on 198 with 1 delivery to go. I think they will pick up at least 1, so we will see that 200 chase.
It's always nice to have a round figure when you're chasing 200. They won't want to chase so much, Karwan, obviously, but TVS will feel that they've got this game. At least the momentum will be on their side as they go out.
And I think they will need that buffer here, Sami Yunus, because of the dew factor. It is going to trouble their bowlers as well. So Karwan CC, they need not be discouraged. Final delivery of the innings. Inside edge onto the boot, and we've got that round figure. Exactly 199 for TVSL in their allotted 20 overs. And it's going to be a 200 chase for Karwan CC.
Yeah, very good last over by Salman Salim. The way things have gone for Karwan CC. At one point, it seemed as if they'll get many more. But still, this has been a brilliant batting effort from TVSL. They didn't get off to the best of starts, lost 2 early wickets, but in the end it was that man Muhammad Nadeem once again with a fine innings. Nasir Faraz initially with him with that partnership, 44 and 36 for both of them, and then Jawad Ghani came in with a superb knock of 53 of 24, 20 extras in that innings. So that probably might just be the difference, because remember, this 200 might just translate to a 180 given the due that we will expect later on.
Well, Saif Ghori clearly the pick of the bowlers for Karwan CC. 2 for 30 in his 4. Zahid Ali, none for 31. Didn't get the reward he deserved. And Tariq Mahmood didn't bowl too badly as well. Nadir Hussain, his first 3 overs were excellent, but then he got smashed for 26 runs in his final over. 2 for 55. And there you can see the fall of wickets. Steady partnerships after the second pair. And that took them to that 199 score. So exactly 200 required for Karwan CC. Have to go at 10 runs per over. We'll take a short break and be right back at the Arabian Cricket League match number 48 for what should be a very exciting run chase. Right then, welcome back to the Arabian Cricket League, live from Dubai Sports City in the ICC Academy Oval number 2, match number 48 in progress. News from the centre is that TVSL, having been put into bat, have posted exactly 199 in their allotted 20 overs. for Khan Khalil opening the innings alongside Muazzam Hayat for Karwan CC, and it's going to be the skipper for TVSL, Saqib Mahmood, taking the new ball from the ICC Academy end. Bowls gentle outswing, and here we go. The run chase is underway. Squeezed into the offside, and Furqan Khalil is immediately underway. Well, he dropped a couple of catches, so he needs to make amends here, Samir Yunus.
Yeah, more than just amends, chasing a big total here. Karwan, 200 is what they need. And this should be a good contest because Karwan do bat quite deep. They've got a bunch of very good cricketers. Right hand, left hand, right hand combination to begin with here. Saqib Mahmood bowls gentle outswingers to the right handers. To the left hander, he'll bring it back in. This should be a good contest.
Yeah, they've boosted their batting ranks. The likes of Amir Hamza, Kamarawan coming back into the side alongside Shahrukh Amin. And of course, Nadir Hussain is there. He can bat. Zahid Ali can bat as well. Muazzam tucking it away to short fine leg. And both batters are underway with singles to the name.
Yeah, this should be a very, very good contest. I just think, Ahmad, from what we've seen tonight, and this might be a bit cliche, but it'll be the better fielding side that'll win this game. At least that's what I think.
Most certainly. And that wet ball will be a nuisance for TVSL as well. They have created that buffer of about 15-20 runs extra to defend that liability, but they will need to be sharp with their catches for sure. Pulled away by Furqan Khalil. Square leg is in the ring, and that's a nicely manufactured boundary.
Yeah, too short on that occasion from Saqib Mahmood. Yes, it was outside the off stump, but there was enough time for Furqan Khalil to get across and then swivel to get it past in between square leg and mid wicket for a boundary.
Yeah, he has a deep cover and a long off as his outer ring fielders. So smart thinking by Furqan. He's a stylish player, just searching for a big innings in the ACL. Perhaps tonight could be the night. And Saqib Mahmood back into the side. He was away in the first 3 or 4 games. Let's see what he can produce with the ball. He will get some swing with the new seat, that's for sure. There is a catching mid-wicket and a catching square leg right next to the leg umpire, but coming in a few yards. And cut behind point. No chance for the deep cover. Back-to-back boundaries.
Well, this is disappointing from Saqib Mahmood. Easy pickings here for the batter. One on the leg side, now on the offside. Enough width offered. Had he left that alone, could have easily gone for a wide, but Furqan Khalil wants to pounce on that. He's got a slip in place, so no real difficulty if he wants to bowl full. Try and price out that edge. Don't be afraid to get driven.
Yeah, that's the right statement. Don't be afraid to get driven. But he's bowling too short. This time glided, but there is that gully fielder. Wasn't a single there. You don't want to challenge young Mohammad Rohit's arm.
Yeah, he's got a golden arm. He's a strong boy. He doesn't look like that, but he's a strong guy. Bowls left arm. I look forward to seeing him in action tonight. Big fan of his. I've only seen him once, but he's impressed.
Yeah, genuine left arm swing bowler. Got plenty of pace. Always exciting to see them. Hooping the ball around, thudding into the pads, targeting the sticks. Go down the leg side. Good keeping. Certainly saved a boundary there. But they will take 2 alongside the wide.
Yeah, he's been very short of length, Saqib Mahmood. He might want to reassess and bowl a bit fuller, because sometimes when the ball is swinging around, you see that bowlers get tempted to pull it back off a length. But the secret to making use of swing bowling, easier to say than do, of course, from the com box here, but it's always good to be fuller. Yes, you might get driven once in a while, but you give yourself a chance to pick up wickets.
Yeah, that's the nature of the beast. Tucked away off the hip, fine leg is up, and that's an expensive over to open up from Saqib Mahmood.
Yeah, they've got the cushion of defending 200, but you still can't start like that, especially from the skipper himself, not setting the right example or the mood in defending the score. 1 over done, 16 for none.
So Mohammad Rohit with the longish run up coming in from the school end. Very exciting young fast bowler emerging on the UAE domestic scene. Right on the money, nicely clipped to mid wicket. Bit of a misfield from Sajjad Malook, but that's the right approach against a quality bowler. Keep him on his toes by rotating the strike.
And Rohit here doing exactly what we were talking about in the last over, going full. If you want to take advantage of the swing, you need to be up there. Get the batsman playing. Don't give him half trackers and short length deliveries to put away easily, but rather make him drive, get his feet moving. Rohit is a very intelligent bowler from the little we've seen of him. They've got a slip in place now against the left-hander.
Oh, beats the outside edge. That's a brute over delivery from Rohit. That's what he does. Slight swing away from the left-hander.
Even the fine legs up on that occasion, so anything down the leg side could be a bit dangerous. But if he can keep doing that, stick on that length, on that line, he'll keep troubling the batter. We've seen a lot of the opening batters here may not be the best in terms of their footwork. They rely a lot on their timing, but against a swinging ball, you could call it swimming though, with all the dew around. But that came back in.
Inside edge onto the pads this time, going straight on. So he's showing both his deliveries to Muazzam Hayat, keeping him honest. Very solid technically, Muazzam. And they will need him to anchor the innings and allow the other batters to bat around him.
Yeah, 3 balls in, just given away a single so far. So he's had a good start, unlike his skipper on the other end, who gave away 3 boundaries in his over.
Oh, airy-fairy shot there from Muazzam. That's not his game. He's not the type of batter, who can counter-attack the fast bowling. More of a touch player.
And that's what dot balls can do to you. It can play with your mind. You end up doing something unconventional, something against what you're good at. Rohit has kept him quiet, and it's made him do something. It's made him play that rash shot.
And good to see Furqan Khalil having a quiet word with him, telling him, relax mate, we will get the runs, just play your game. Try to play about 125, 130 strike rate, and we'll do the heavy lifting from the other end. That was a pacey delivery, nicely clipped towards square leg. They're pushing for 2 here, and they'll make it in time. Good running.
Yeah, very good running. The field a little deep there. Down the leg side, Nasir Faraz being the one who did the clean up there, just in front of us. So good 2 here. They wouldn't mind keeping Rohit quiet because they've got the runs in the first over. That run rate is just about where they want it to be early on, 10 per over. So
yeah, ideally, you do want to get ahead of the asking rate in the power play itself. But with a quality bowler like Rohit, you need to give him due respect. Try to hit out at the other end like they did versus Saqib. And shouldering arms to that one. Steady over from Rohit, only 3 off it, 19 for none.
Well, despite that expensive over, Saqib Mahmood will continue. And the first ball of the second over will be a dot ball. He was expensive in the first over, gave away 16.
Yeah, he usually bowls about 3 on the trot in the power play. And everybody in the TVSL side is aware of that, so they won't be too bothered if he goes for a few runs. He has the tendency of picking up wickets as well. Furqan Khalil off to a good start. 2 boundaries to his name already. And make that the third, or will it be? Rohit putting in a huge sprint. Excellent fielding. Such a natural athlete.
Yeah, didn't hit it with too much force there, Furqan Khalil. It went over the infield, but couldn't really let it go all the way to the boundary. Rohit once again in on the act.
I don't mind this approach though. They know they have to take a chance against somebody. Rohit is far too quick for them. Saqib not quite as rapid, and they know he'll pitch the ball up. So it's worth taking a dip against him. Oh, this time it's gone up. And just dropping in front of Sajjad Malook at long off. He gave it an almighty chase. And their overthrows here. Well, that's going to cost them 6. Can you believe it?
Well, he didn't get it behind the boundary line, but they've still got 6 runs. You can't fault the fielder there for the throw. It had to come in. Well, first of all, that fielding effort, he ran in. Only one thing was missing there, and that was the dive. Had he got that forward dive going, would have been a chance. And that throw, well, there should have been a backup. Fine leg should have been much further behind, not so close to the keeper. Look at that, he's too close to the keeper. You can't back up from so close.
Yeah, that was a very poor throw from Sajjad Malook, and the keeper not in the right position. So they've got a fortuitous 6. So minor correction there. It will be given as 5, not 6. That second run had not been completed before the overthrow went for 4. So eagle-eyed Iftikhar Ali, our match referee, making sure we get the right decision, and that's why he's one of the best in the business.
Yeah, such a wonderful eye for detail Mr. Iftikhar Ali has, our match referee. Has officiated games for so long, so many years, and he must be having so much experience to pick up these little things.
And they make all the difference. It's going to be a tight game, a 200 chase. You never know, these small margins make all the difference. Meanwhile, it will be Muazzam who is on strike now, the left-hander. 23 runs off just 9 deliveries of Saqib Mahmood. Beautiful back cut, but couldn't find the gap. That's the only issue I have with Muazzam's batting. He struggles to find the gaps on the offside ring.
I guess he relies on instinct rather than finding that gap. He plays the right shot, but just maneuvering that field has been one of his weaknesses.
Down the leg side. Well, he's appealing, but given as a wide, trying to outwit the umpire there. Very clever.
How many times have you seen bowlers do that? Every time it's been given a wide down the leg side, they might just act out an appeal.
Yeah, he's smiling.
Thought I heard something there, ump. Didn't you?
They always hear something. They always hear something. So Muazzam needs to get going here. If not hit boundaries himself, just feed the strike to Furqan Khalil. 17 off 8. There's plenty of gaps on the leg side. The mid-wicket region is absolutely bare. Just nudge it and run. You could even pick up 2. There you go. He's done exactly that. Maybe he has a Bluetooth headset on, listening to our commentary.
But he's got only one this time. That's gone to the mid-on fielder, close to the region where you wanted him to hit. But good idea. That's where you want to get those doubles and put pressure on the bowler and the fielders. Lots of vacant areas there. Now is a right-hander on strike. Furkan, a bit more conventional field setup for him. Slip continues to be there. We haven't seen anything go that way though.
Yeah, positive approach. Still got that deep cover and long off as well. Attempted Yorker, nicely bowled. And that's a better over from Saqib. 28 for none. A big shot coming in there from Muazzam. It will plug in the outfield. Trying to open up his wings there. Not quite, sending the ball flying out of the ground.
Yeah, that looked a really good shot, but the result, not so much. Just 2 runs for a nice looking shot.
Beautiful flick on the leg side once again. So they're looking to counter-attack Rohit here. That's easier said than done, Samir.
Yeah, he's got pace. He's express. It's not easy to go after someone like him, but because Saqib's previous over was a quiet one, they'll somehow feel the urge to try and now go after every bowler. They have to. 169 of 100. You can't afford to see away bowlers. You'll have to go after every one of them.
Well, current run rate of 9.5. Even if they only get up to 34, 35 in this over, that's perfectly acceptable. Outside edge, flashed hard and gone for 4.
1 bounce into the fence, outside the off stump. Rohit did nothing wrong there. That was an excellent delivery, but he flashed so hard, Furkan Khalil, that he's beaten the fielder at slip away from him and onto the boundary for a 4.
Yeah, perhaps the only complaint could be it was slightly wide. Other than that, with the way the batters are batting, you do expect those balls to fly away hard. Really is unforgiving for the fast man. Who would want to be a fast bowler?
Yeah, not many these days. Lots of young kids preferring to be batters or spinners.
Oh, trying to hook that away, but went straight to the short fine. Perfectly placed. And he stopped a certain boundary. They needed to get behind that one.
And that came off the bat. Thought it may have hit the helmet for a second, but I think a bit of top part or probably the glove. It'll be a single. So it's not a bad start this from Karwan. They're on that run rate that they need. They've achieved 9.8 at this point. But the important thing is to keep that momentum going. They haven't lost wickets. That's a plus point.
Completely agree. They're going along swimmingly. It's a good solid start. Outside edge once again, screaming away to that deep third boundary. And a misfield by Nasir Faraz. And there you can see young Umar Yunus behind him. He's not happy.
Well, I'll tell you, he loves this cricket. And he was so happy, must have been so happy that the ball came his way. Outside edge. Unfortunate way of conceding a boundary.
Well, he told me he's waiting for a catch. I'm like, are you going to hold it? He's like, yeah. He was shocked that I would even question him. But Nasir Faraz, well, certainly needed to do better there. So they've gotten even more than they needed. They've taken 12 runs off the over.
Yeah, this is turning out to be an expensive one now from Rohit. Last ball, can he finish well?
Pacey delivery once again, just batted away to the leg side. Productive over once again for Karwan CC, 41 for none. Saqib Mahmood continues for his third. Once again, just nudged away. Well, that is the kind of ball you can try to flick over square leg, Muazzam. You need to take your chances against a bowler that you can feel that you can get on top of.
Yes, Saqib now seems to have found his radar a bit. He struggled in the first over, was dropping it short, wide couple of times, but now he's got on that length that makes it uncomfortable for the batters.
22 of 11 for Furqan. He's going along quite well. Strike rate of 200. Oh, that was a touch wide, and given so, although he was moving around in his crease, I think Saqib Mahmood is right to be slightly aggrieved there.
Yeah, the umpire taking no prisoners. If it's away from the tram line, it'll always be called a wide.
Yeah, it started wide, so I don't think he really has a case there. Another young emerging umpire, Mujahid Aziz. You have to be firm in your decisions. You will be questioned, but you have to have your resolve, your conviction. Believe in what you have adjudged.
Well, TVS need a wicket here. I desperately need this opening partnership to break.
Trying to force it through the offside, only going to be one. And so far, they're doing a pretty good job, the openers, keeping wickets in hand and hovering around that required run rate of 10 per over.
Well, neither of these bowlers have looked dangerous by any means. The batters have been quite comfortable playing them. Yes, they've respected the good deliveries, but every time there's been width on offer or too full, they've punished those. So this 44 in 4.2 overs, well compiled by these two, but they'll want to add many more.
Most certainly. Down the leg side, leaving it well alone. Perhaps could have nudged it for 4, but making the wise decision. Yeah, like you mentioned, they need to have at least a stand of about 70-80 plus runs.
They've got the batting to come. They've got Karwan, one of the few centurions from this tournament, an exclusive club to be in such a long tournament.
Oh, absolutely. Fantastic 100 he made that other day. Good to see him back in the side. Back cut and beats the point fielder. It's a chase for Nadeem. I think he might get there. And that's the kind of shot Muazzam Hayat likes. They're pushing for 3 and they'll make it in time. Excellent running.
Yeah, got on top of it, Muazzam Hayat, the left-hander. I think Point just got a hand to it. That's probably why it slowed down a bit. I loved Nadeem to rein it in from the boundary and save a single. They'll get 3 off that. And that's what I mean. Even though the boundaries haven't come, they've kept ticking that scoreboard. Applied pressure on the fielders and stolen those 1s and 2s.
Yeah, this is a very good opening burst so far from Karwan. Flicked away through mid-wicket, hits the gap, and down the slope it hits the fence. 50 up.
Full and straight. Furqan Khalil is the kind of batter who's not going to miss out. That was in the gap between mid-on and mid-wicket. And the moment it passed the 30-yard circle, it would have been impossible to try and stop that.
Beautiful topspin forehand there, wristy for Khan Khalil. He's gotten his cricketing education in the Rashid Latif Cricket Academy back home in Karachi. So you can see that hint of flourish there. Typical stroke that of a player from that venerated city. And nicely bowled. Good response from Saqib as well. Right full in the block hole.
Well, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time, Rashid Latif. But when he used to bat those days, I used to call him the glue of Pakistan cricket, Pakistan's batting.
Yeah, very dogged lower order player. Always put a price on his wicket, and he was absolutely fabulous with the gloves. Kept for Pakistan for many years. This time, well, it's beaten everybody and gone for 4.
Well, it doesn't go your way. When it doesn't go your way, it just doesn't. That's beaten the batter, beaten the keeper, and gone for 4 byes. So 56 after 5.
So Jawad Ghani being introduced into the attack for the final over of power play. Bowls a lot like Saqib Mahmood, some military medium with a hint of swing. They've taken 2 off the first ball. So even Muazzam Hayat has moved into the 20s now.
Well, he had a good day with the bat, Jawad Ghani. And if he can contribute with the ball too, TVS will want him to do so.
Nicely caressed through the covers, only for 1 though. So they've done the heavy lifting in the power play so far. No need to do anything silly in the final 4 deliveries of power play.
Yeah, they've taken advantage of the field restrictions quite clearly. Yes, there was a bit of loose bowling from the skipper. And then a bit of luck too going their way. Some of those edges flying past the keeper and the slip going for 4s.
Yeah, you need luck for a big chase. And for Khan Khalil, you worked really hard for these 31 runs. You don't want to gift your wicket now.
Yeah, sometimes facing bowlers like this who don't give you much pace with the wicketkeeper standing up can be tough to manufacture those shots and find those gaps. But that's what makes you a standout batter.
It's always playing on the back of your mind. Trying to cut that away. Now that's a shot he would play with a lot of ease if the keeper is back. But just with him there, he's not sure about his footwork.
It gives you a very claustrophobic feeling when the keeper is so close to you. You feel like you've been hampered for room, although you're not going to step out most times anyway.
Once again, not quite landing it. An excellent keeping by Omar Rashid. He's making it look very easy.
Yeah, I'm sure Jawad is bowling about 110, 120 in between those. Never easy to be up to a medium pacer. But he's doing a fine job so far. Furqan Khalil needs to get back to ball. Fuller this time. And he's hit it to the fielder at long off to end a good over from Jawad Ghani. 6 overs completed. In the end, a very good power play for Karwan. Going at 10 per over, 60 for none.
So Saqib Mahmood is going to bowl out. 4 overs on the trot. He's taken plenty of tap. Big full toss, hoiked away towards square leg, but he does have protection now.
He wants to finish off his 4 and then bring his strike bowlers in. He's given away 40 off his 3, so not sure if it's a wisest of decisions to continue bowling.
Yeah, their bowling resources are slightly depleted today. No Fayaz Ahmed with his left arm spin. Only Mohammad Nadeem is that a left arm tweaker option. Will be interesting to see where they turn. Sajjad Muluk bowls some steady medium fast. I'd expect him, and Mohammad Baharvi as well. Once again trying to lash that behind point, not quite connecting there, Muazzam.
Yeah, these two batters haven't really looked completely comfortable here. Yes, they've got the runs, they've got the start, but quite a few times you've seen them not being in total control of the shots they've played. So they might want to be a bit more convincing though. Saqib will close out. This is an important phase of the game. They've got the start. They'll have to keep milking those singles and putting away those loose deliveries. Can't lose momentum now that they've got it.
Once again swiped away towards the deep square. Yeah, you're absolutely right, and that's the penalty you pay for bowling in these conditions with the wet ball. You will get those extras, those misfields that will tilt your way.
Yeah, that's why that 200 is technically like a 180, because about 20 to 25 runs you always lose because of the dew factor. The ball slipping away from your hands, bowlers not being able to grip too much, so you'll get those wides, those extras, those misfields, those overthrows.
That's very tricky indeed. Oh, that's a peach of a delivery, and he's been caught behind. Well, there you go. In the end, Saqib Mahmood has the last laugh.
Well, what a move to finish his fourth over. One would have thought he'll stay back because he's gone for a few, but he has prized out that edge. And the edge of Muazzam Hayat, the left-hander. In the end, they get that wicket somehow. He goes for 24 of 19. Karwan lose their first wicket after the power play. It's 63 for 1.
Well, it's the young left-hander Shah Rukh Amin gotten a promotion in the batting order. Was batting at number 5 in the previous game, now coming in at 1 drop. So the game plan seems to be they want somebody to just hold up one end and let the others be aggressive around him. Let's see if he can get going tonight as well. Played a good hand in the previous game. Oh, once again getting squared up there, practicing that back cut. Went with the straight bat initially.
Well, Saqib's got his tail up now after that wicket. Superb delivery to a new batter. And one explanation to sending out Shah Rukh Amin so early might be to continue that left-hand, right-hand combination. It was working well for them in the first 6 overs, so why not continue it?
Yeah, and one of the key bowlers for TVSL will be Mohammad Nadeem. So certainly they want a southpaw out there to counter-attack the left-arm spinner. Good tactics, but it's all about execution as well. Current run rate not too bad at all with regards to the required. Nicely glided, and Shah Rukh Amin is also underway. That will conclude Saqib Mahmood's bowling for the day. 64 for 1. So Jawad Ghani will continue from the school end. First over was quite economical. Let's see if he can continue that trend. I do feel they will need to take chances against him, Samir.
Yeah, and at the same time, TVS, if they can prize out one more wicket here, especially that of Furqan Khalil, get 2 new batters on the crease, then they'll be back in this game defending 200. Yes, they have that cushion, but they'll still have to keep picking up wickets.
Most certainly. And Shah Rukh Amin doing the right thing, feeding the set batter the strike, asking him to take the chances.
Yeah, drop and run. Always the right way to go for a new batter. You don't want to be playing flashy shots early on in your innings unless you're an opening batter and you've got that advantage of power play. When you're coming in at number 3 after the power play is over, the first few balls, you want to drop it and just get to the non-striker's end.
Oh, here comes the paddle. Hasn't quite connected. There was a deep third in position as well. Absolutely nobody at fine leg though. So the shot was on.
Yeah, that's where he wanted to go actually. Down at fine leg, but figured was getting a little too straight. Ended up going to the third man region. Lucky he didn't carry to the fielder. Furqan has been out there for a while, so he can afford to do that.
Yeah, the shot was on. I don't mind the shot selection at all. Nice looking drive there. Hint of swing as well for Jawad Ghani. And because of that deep cover fielder, very deep indeed. It's a big square outfield. They'll pick up 2.
A good throw there by Rohit, but he still can't stop the 2 from being completed. And it makes a big difference. Yes, he's gentle space here, Jawad Ghani, but the keeper being up, I think, is really playing on the batter's mind. They aren't able to really free their arms with conviction.
Oh, absolutely. Not willing to use their feet. Have to play from the crease. And he's bowling right on the money, wicket to wicket. Nothing fancy. They have the runs on the board to induce the false shots from the batters.
He's having a fine night so far, Jawad Ghani. Runs on the board. A very quick fire 53 for him. And now, doing the job with the ball. How he'll wish to pick up a wicket here. He's kept things quiet. Hasn't given away too many. If they can somehow prize out the wicket of Furqan here, TVS will feel that they're slowly getting control of this game now.
Attempted Yorker, nicely bowled, squeezed away to the leg side for 1. So he's come back really well in his spell here, Jawad Ghani, keeping it tight, keeping the batters honest.
And at the same time, what Karwan are doing well is just because these are good balls, they're not just getting bogged down with dot balls. Even when it's going straight to the field there, they're managing to cross over and keep that scoreboard ticking.
Certainly agree with that, but that projected required run rate rather is creeping up towards 11 now. And well, those extras will certainly help.
At the moment it starts going up over 11, over 12, that's when you start worrying as a batter. That's when the false shots come out, looking to aggregate, really go aggressive, pile up the runs.
Yeah, I feel the key is when will they introduce their spinners. That is where this game will be make or break. Once again turned around the corner. There is a deep fine leg, so they should be pushing for 2 and they'll get it quite easily. 73 for 1 at the end of 8 overs. So more medium pace, Mohammad Maharvi into the attack. He'll keep it tight as well, just like Jawad Ghani, wicket to wicket. Nothing fancy with the keeper up. Let's see how long Furqan Khalil can resist. I feel a big shot is coming soon. Well, 5 wides certainly will not create the need for that. That's very poor from Maharvi.
No need for a big shot when the bowler's offering you gifts like that. Gentle loosener, but costing quite a bit. There are 5 wides, not even a ball bowled yet. So bad start to the over for Maharvi here. Jawad Ghani offering a bit of tightness with his bowling. They expected the same from Maharvi, but he started off quite loose.
Yeah, now he will be under pressure here. And now they've pushed the keeper back. So a mini victory there for Furqan Khalil and Karwan CC. They've forced TVSL to blink first, so to speak. And it will be difficult with that wet ball. There you can see he's pleading with the umpire. Change it. The seam is all ripped up. And no, the shape is still spherical. Get on with the game, Mohammad Mahavi. Enough with the drama. Oh, how has that missed the stumps? Has it gone through them?
Well, as soon as you saw the keeper going behind, Furqan looking to absolutely whack that.
Oh.
But that's missed the stump by a whisker. Very lucky to be still out there, Furqan Khalil.
Yeah, you don't want to play across the line. Bowled him. This time, a repeat dose. And Mohammad Maharvi strikes. So those 5 wides did not prove to be too expensive in the end.
In the end, he just had to bowl nice and straight. That's all you need to do. Furqan Khalil looking for that big one. Really had it coming. There was a couple of overs of quiet dot balls. He had to go for it. But he took his eyes off the ball, I thought, too early. His head going all over the place and playing down the wrong line. 5 fours for his 36 of 25. He goes. And now it's a second wicket down for Karwan. 78 for 2.
So Karwan, lanky all-rounder, immediately underway. And he's the kind of batter, just like Nadeem, who can start belting sixes for fun.
Yeah, the kind of batter that Karwan will want out there, will need out there, and they have him. The man for the moment. He'll be the difference between Karwan going on to winning this or losing this. Can he notch up another big one here?
Well, they have to be careful with the shot selection. And Shahrukh, he'll do just that. Push the ones and twos. Good effort there from Nadeem. But I think Shahrukh would have made it.
Just under 9 overs now, 80 for 2. They've pulled back that run rate quite a bit now. TVS required run rate creeping up to almost 11. They don't want to let that go too much, Karwan. They want to keep a check on that. Keep getting that boundary every once in a while.
Yeah, how do they manufacture that 4 or 6 every over? Whippy shot there from Karwan into the leg side. Well, that will do quite nicely. Pushing the twos. They've already got that initial boundary. So they've matched the required. They've got 9 with the delivery to spare.
He's a tall lad, Karwan. Long legs, so doesn't really need to stretch much to get those twos. Few steps for him. But yeah, I need to bring out that long handle.
Very experienced player as well. He's played for all the top sides in the UAE domestic scene. Very valuable commodity. Forcing it back to Mahavi, who does well. 82 for 2 at the end of 9. So we're going to see some left arm spin being introduced here as the ball is being changed. Mohammad Nadeem already got 44 hard earned runs to his name. Now let's see what he can deliver with the ball in hand.
Yeah, he's been very good for TVS. Been racking up those player of the match awards very frequently. Mohammad Nadeem scored a uncharacteristic 44, one might say. Not his usual best. He still connected some very cleanly. 44 of 30 odd. That's not his usual way. Generally when he scores about 40, he does them in about 20 balls. But today, a little circumspect. Nevertheless, an important contribution from him.
Well, hang on. They've changed their mind about introducing left arm spin. They've gone back to Jawad Ghani. I guess they're trying to pry out another wicket. Try to buy another wicket here without having to use their spin overs. Interesting move. Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if Jawad went up to his keeper and said, look, Cap, I'm in good rhythm. I've been putting together those dot balls, kept the batters quiet. Let me finish. Might as well let me finish. or at least give me one more over.
Or perhaps they want him to bowl from the academy end.
Yes.
That would make sense as well. Jawad Ghani currently operating from the school end with the shorter leg side boundary. Down the leg side, brilliant take there by Umar Rashid, and immediately some swing on offer.
Yeah, that angle into the left-hander. Difficult to control sometimes when you're bowling to that left-hand, right-hand combination. So far, Jawad's been good. But this over, he starts off with a wide down the leg side.
Trying to force the pace here, Shahrukh Amin. Trying to take it over the leg side. I understand the shot selection. Mid-wicket was up.
Yeah. Aware of the field that has been put for him. Mid-wicket is up, so that region, a very big boundary over there.
This time squeezed away to deep third. Interesting that Jawad Ghani is operating with the deep third man. But nicely played. He's been watchful so far. 116 required of 64. Required run rate just hovering around 10.911. So far, the first half of the game, they've played it well, Samir.
It's been a bit quiet in the last couple of overs. And something's got to give here. Maybe a wicket or maybe a big shot coming up from someone like Karwan.
Back cut behind point, but there is that deep cover in place. That should have been two, but Kamar was not quite willing.
Well, if they can keep this going, get about 7, 8 and over for the next 3 or 4 overs, assess where they are at the end of maybe 14, 15, and then really decide how they want to go about the rest of it. They want to stay in the game, and the way to do that is not lose wickets. Keep the wickets, then you can take your risks.
Yeah, you certainly have the likes of Amir Hamza, the power hitter. Kamarawan can belt the ball a long way as well. In good form too. Full toss, not taken advantage of. And I think this move to give Jawad Ghani the third over has been working so far.
And you got to give him extra credit, because generally we've seen in the night game, especially in the second innings, and today too, a lot of dew. It's a wet ball. Yes, they've just changed it, but still to grip it and keep landing it in those right areas, never an easy task. So Jawad Ghani so far, yes, he's not picked up a wicket, but he's so far done a fine job for his team.
Right on the money once again. And now that current run rate for the first time in the innings has come below 9. So that sustained dot ball pressure, quiet overs, is building up.
And not just dot balls. If you can keep them quiet, love them, only singles, 6 per over 2 at this point is not enough for Karwan. They'll have to find a boundary every over now.
Surprised him with the short of length delivery. Just worked away into the leg side for 1. Excellent spell so far from Jawad Ghani. None for 19 in his 3. 88 for 2 at the halfway stage. So Mohammad Maharvi continues. Now you can see the boundaries have dried up. That current run rate dipping below 9. Something has got to give here, Samir Yunus. Somebody has to play a big shot.
Yeah, it's been like that over the last 3 or 4 years. TVS have managed to keep things very quiet, and they won't mind these two batters going along like this. Even better, icing on the cake if they can pick up a wicket here.
Kamarawan, bit of a hack at that. Was trying to smash it through the covers. But there you can see just the way Mohammad Maharvi has been mixing it up. Not easy to latch onto.
And someone like Kamarawan hasn't really looked himself. He's struggled to make a connection. It makes me wonder if it's just that lack of pace being offered by the bowlers, or has the wicket started holding up a bit?
Very good question. And just nudging the ball around, well, it won't do it. I think TVSL will be more than happy to just feed them medium pace regularly. They have plenty of options. Mohammad Maharvi, Jawad Ghani, Sajjad Malook, and then the express pace of Mohammad Rohit. They're just delaying the arrival of spin.
Yeah, they're making use of the liberty of these two gentle medium pace bowlers, not going for too many. That's always an advantage.
Big shot on the leg side. He hasn't connected, but he has found the gap. One bounce over the rope.
Yeah, it had to come. It was a matter of time. Karwan had to be the one to play that big aggressive stroke, and he's brought it out just in time. Again, not much wrong with the delivery, but Karwan this time choosing to swivel over onto the onside and for a one bounce boundary. So now he's looking to step on the gas. Karwan has removed his helmet. He wants to see the ball clearly.
Yeah, just dropping his length there, Maharvi. This time Fuller, yeah, that's better. Followed the batter, and you can see the frustration of Kamar.
Yeah, the intent showing now. A pull shot. Now stepping down to try and whack that down on the onside. So suddenly Karwan has realized, well, we can't keep going like this. We have to get those boundaries, and he's taken it upon himself to do it.
Oh, bowled him! That one nipped in off the surface once again. An absolute dream delivery from Mohammad Maharvi, and that's gone through the gate.
He's played all over it. It angled into him. He looked to cut it, but that was nowhere to be cut. That went from under his gloves, and he's wondering what happened there. Well, you've just been outfoxed, Karwan, by a gentle pace from Maharvi. Bowled him, gone for 10. 95 for 3 after 11.
Well, just when Karwan CC were looking to build up a head of steam, they've lost another wicket. Amir Hamza, powerful, hard-hitting all-rounder, coming in at 5. Beats the outside edge. Has he nicked it? Yes, it has. It's back-to-back wickets for TVSL. Jawad Ghani with the golden arm.
Rewarded Jawad Ghani for some excellent bowling. He kept things quiet, forced the batter to go. Yes, it's the first ball of the over, but Shahrukh Amin, he's gone for 13 of 13. He had to play a big shot, and he's paid the price with an outside edge. This is brilliant from TVSL. They've come back into this game, and they've really rattled this batting innings of Karwan. 95 for 4 now. Amir Hamza, the big, tall, lanky batter, is now joined by Nadir Aziz, who went for a few with the ball, but now he'll have to contribute, and contribute quite a bit in chase of this 212 plus now that required run rate.
Good looking drive there from Nadir Hussain, but straight to mid-off. Yeah, it's a very odd combination. You have Amir Hamza about 6'4", and then Nadir Hussain was about 5-4.
And what a good bowling effort this has been from Jawad. He's really put in a superb performance here today with the bat. 53 now with the ball, picking up a wicket, keeping things very quiet.
Back cut, nicely played by Nadir into the gap, and he's underway with a boundary.
Yeah, nicely done. Back of a length, outside the off stump. All he had to do was place that to perfection, and he's done that very, very well. Behind point, third man having no chance to cut that off. So much against the run of play. A boundary for TVS, for Karwan. Beg your pardon, a rare one.
Well, they'll need something extremely special from this pair if they are to hunt down this target of 200. And that's just the way to start for Nadir Hussain. Attempted Yorker. Well, just with that change of ball, it's hooping around here. Getting some late swing is Jawad Ghani.
Just one more ball in this spell of his. What a wonderful spell this has been. He's bowled all four on the trot. He's repaying the faith the captain has placed on him.
Yeah, such a useful cricketer. And nowhere to go for Nadir Hussain. 1 for 23 on the day. Brilliant from Jawad Ghani. 99 for 4. Required run rate has leapt above 12.5 now. Mohammad Maharvi continues his spell. He's been excellent as well. Amir Hamza, not a convincing shot, playing all around that one. Bit of a bottom edge, inner half of the bat. If he had missed that, I think all 11 fielders would have gone up with the appeal.
But I'll tell you what, if there's one man that can help Karwan out of this mess and get over the line, it's that tall man, Amir Hamza. We know how hard he can hit the ball, but he'll have to hit it very, very hard tonight if they are to even get close to this target of 200. A real struggle out there.
100 has come up meanwhile. They're pushing for 2. No, only going to be 1. Yes, Amir Hamza. He'll need to play the innings of his life, and he's certainly capable of it. A pure match winner with the bat or ball. But sometimes the equation is just too much to ask, Samir Yunus.
Yeah, 99 of 46 now, more than 12 required, almost 13 required every over. It's getting out of hand for Karwan CC. It's been a real struggle for them. TVS, on the other hand, have been exceptional.
Oh, looking to be aggressive, but off the pads. Nadir Hussain was alert to it. They will pick up 1. But 1s and 2s won't cut it this time, Samir Yunus. They need 6s or 4s.
Yeah, well, we've been asking for those for a while now. Karwan have been asking for them for a while now. A very quiet dugout here, just next to us.
Well, there you can see the ball has gone misshapen once again with this very wet, soggy outfield. And we'll need a change of seed immediately. Back cut over point. Well, Nadir Hussain is not going to give up this run chase. Beautiful shot with the newish ball.
Maharvi hasn't bowled too many bad balls tonight, but this one wide outside the off stump, and Nadir is very strong out there. You give him width outside the off stump, he's going to cut you away.
Well, he already has a couple of wickets to his name. Wants to add some runs as well. And he is that kind of plucky, combative character you need to have coming in the lower order. Can he produce a miracle and take them home? 94 needed of 44. It will be a tall order for the not so tall Nadir Hussain.
Well, this changed ball be of some luck to Karwan. Can they keep hammering it outside the boundary line?
Glided once again to short third. Smart batting. You've got the boundary in the over. Now just get to the other end.
Yeah, one more ball to go. Let's see what Amir Hamza does here. Will he take single and keep the strike, or will he look for that big boundary? 93 or 43. This is getting away from Karwan, unless of course someone stands up and plays the innings of his lifetime.
I think he can still afford to take a few deliveries. Don't be in a hurry. You're basically the final hope, and your partner is batting freely, so perhaps you can just supply yourself. Oh, that has missed everything, including the leg stump. How close was that? Attempting the big shot, and he almost got castled. Once again, that in dipper from Mohammad Maharvi. He could have had his third there. 107 for 4. Mohammad Nadeem, left arm spin being introduced. So this is make or break for Karwan. Sliced. Oh, excellent fielding by Mohammad Maharvi. Saved a certain 4 there.
Yeah, he dived over it, but somehow got his hand to it.
Well, there was a whole welcome committee there.
Yeah, he did well there. Deserved that little bit of credit he got, for sure.
That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely loves his cricket. If I told you he plays 8 to 10 matches a week, you shouldn't be surprised. He is obsessed with this game, and fantastic work in the outfield. Big shot, he hasn't connected. Long on, over his head for 6.
Amir Hamza, like we said, is the last hope, the final batter in this lineup. And he's hammered a 6 after a long time in this Karwan innings, and he'll need many more of these if they are to get over the line.
Well, he has to play it smart here. You've got a 6. Now don't gift your wicket with a rush of blood. And he's swung away onto the leg side, finds the gap at mid-wicket. A 4 follows the 6.
It's as if they were waiting for the spinner to come on. Just showing respect to those medium paces. As soon as the spinner has come on, this is the treatment they've given him. Amir Hamza, big lad, pulling out those long levers. One behind the bowler and now square of the wicket.
Well, I fondly call him the Freddie Flintoff of Sahiwal. And he has that match-winning ability. Let me tell you, I've seen him do it many a time before. But now the guards are up for TVSL as well. Drilled hard, drilled straight. There is a long on, bit of a misfield. But they've gotten 12 runs off the over. Nothing silly required.
Now this is where Nadir will have to be smart. He knows Amir Hamza is tonking it. No need to do anything silly. Try and get off strike. Let him do all the hitting.
This match is building up beautifully. Quicker one, rush through, beat everybody. It will be a single. And I think that will do perfectly fine. Well, Amir Hamza, can you have your wits about you? You don't need to do anything extra in this over now. You've got the required average.
Well, one ball to go. Let's see if Amir Hamza goes for that big shot or just keeps the strike by getting a single.
Big shot towards mid-wicket. It's a 6.
I'll tell you what, this is now turning into an entertaining game. 74 required of 36. Amir Hamza, he's determined. He wants to take his team over the line, and that's another huge 6. So an expensive over for the spinner. Muhammad Nadeem going for plenty. 14 done, 126 for 4.
A good move made here by Saqib Mahmood. He's going back to his ace left arm pacer. Mohammad Rohit introduced into the attack slightly early. But this is a crucial stage of the game, Samir Yunus.
Yeah, that over from Muhammad Nadeem has forced the skipper into thinking a bit more aggressive. You don't want to be taking things lightly. So bring your best bowler back in.
Nicely cut away. It'll be a 4. Nadir Hussain. He's playing a blinder.
Well, if Hamza is tonking it, Nadir is placing them to perfection. How nicely was that played? Not much width, it got big on him. But he guided that ball very nicely into that region between point and third man. How nicely was that played?
Well, now the required run rate has come below 13. It's now 12. So, small victories for Karwan CC. This partnership has already grown to 35 runs. Can this pocket rocket Nadir Hussain, can he do it for Karwan CC tonight? Oh, struck him on the pads, but pitching well outside leg. And I think he'll do well to be at the non-strikers end against the raw pace of Rohit.
He felt that, didn't he? Really rushed up on him. But he was smart enough to get over to the non-strikers end very quickly. Now this is a good battle. Amir Hamza, who's determined to go big against the raw pace of Rohit. Let's see.
Has to be careful with the cross-batted shots here. There's a deep square leg, there's a deep mid-wicket, there's a long on. Mid-off is up. So that is one region where you can perhaps target Rohit or over short fine leg. He's pulled it beautifully through mid-wicket. And it's in the gap for 4.
Very nicely done. That's the one big vacant gap in the leg side, and he's pierced that to perfection. Got over it and pulled it very, very nicely.
Just pure muscle and brute strength of Amir Hamza. Can the Superman from Sahiwal do it again? It'll be an innings that will be talked about for the ages. 65 of 33. What a thriller we're having tonight at the ACL. Yorker length tucked away towards mid-wicket. They're pushing for 2 here. And they'll get it easily. They'll get it very easily indeed. Nadir Hussain is absolute wheels between the 22 yards.
Things were looking very, very quiet for Karwan CC not many overs ago. But in the last two, Amir Hamza and Nadir Hussain have really stepped it up. They've given some belief to the dugout back here. Suddenly there's a lot of noise being made, lots of applause, lots of encouragement from them. They believe, Karwan believe, they've brought that required run rate under 12 again. They're going at 9.3. They believe they can really get over this line, 200. Looking very gettable now as long as Amir Hamza is out there.
What a match. Fantastic partnership here. Oh, he's nailed him in the solar plexus there. That was raw heat from Mohammad Rohit. And Amir Hamza is down.
And hit him on his chest, right on the rib cage. That must have hurt. In fact, it may have hit him on his throat. I hope he's alright. He's rubbing his chest, so not really sure what he's got there, but that looks very uncomfortable. I hope he's alright.
Well, he looks conscious and just has his head bowed. That ricochet off his chest, yeah, there you can see. But he is a strong lad, powerfully built. I think he'll be alright. So, looks like Amir Hamza has recovered. That's a big sigh of relief for everyone, including the bowler Mohammad Rohit. You never want to hurt the opposing player. And gets on the front foot. That's good determination from Amir. Another productive over. 138 for 4. Well, let's take a look at the bowling options here. 5 overs required. Rohit has 1 to go, as does Mohammad Mahavi. Who will Saqib Mahmood turn to? Can he get 3 overs from Mohammad Nadeem? It seems risky, Samir Yunus.
Well, look how well this is poised. At the end of 15, TVS were 137 for 5. So just a run difference and a wicket difference between the two sides. So anything could happen here. If Karwan can have that flurry of a finish that TVS did, then we're going to see a very entertaining last 5 overs here. Maharvi will bowl out. And why not? He's bowled brilliantly. 2 for 23 off his 3 overs. Now this is an important over. Amir Hamza will back himself to get as many as he can in this over.
He's gone straight. Hasn't quite connected, but it's enough for a boundary.
Yeah, this will be the over that Amir Hamza will want to take full advantage. It's not express pace, it's gentle seam. That was on a length. Amir Hamza getting down on one knee and hammering it right behind Maharvidya. 2 bounds into the boundary line.
Well, this is a big gamble taken. Very big gamble indeed. Will it pay off for TVSL? He squirted away towards the leg side. And Amir Hamza is pushing for 2. Has he made it in time? This is touch and go. We go upstairs to the third umpire.
But probably the most important decision of the game this. If this is a run out, then Karwan might as well say goodbye here. But let's take a look.
Sajjad Malook with the throw. It was flat and straight at the keeper. Amir Hamza, now he arrives in frame. He's made it. He's certainly made it. The green light will go up.
Yeah, good comeback from him. They needed that too. He wanted to be on strike and he's made it in time. Remember, he's just taken a blow from the left arm fast bowler. He's probably hurting a bit on his shoulder, but he wants to go on. He wants a strike. He wants to do all the damage here. 56 now of 28. 12 per over required.
Well, now it becomes doable. Now the overs have been batted through. Outside edge. That's going to be 4 runs to third.
How many times have we said this? Fortune favors the brave, and this time it's Amir Hamza who's the brave one out there. Going for that big hoik, gets that big outside edge, and there's no one out there to stop that boundary.
Once again, bowling length. You will be carted for runs. 52 needed of 27. The run rate has come below 12 as well now. This passage of play has been all about Karwan CC. This partnership has raced to 49. And this may well go down to the final over, the final ball. Oh, he's missed. And how has that missed the sticks? Unbelievable. Only a hair's width in it, Samir Yunus.
Yeah, he would have wanted to connect that. It was there to be hit, but he misses it completely. Probably still a bit low. That's why Amir Hamza, the tall guy, missing it completely. But look at that look on his eyes. He's determined.
Oh, he has the eye of the tiger tonight. Bang! Over mid-wicket. It's a huge 6. Amir Hamza.
Well, distance, elevation, everything there. Amir Hamza is a big guy, and he's at a big 6. Look at that go. Right off the middle of the bat. And we've lost it. The cameraman has lost it. Everybody has lost it.
Now the Karwan CC dugout believes. They're cheering every run. Fantastic hitting under pressure. Outstanding play.
Amir Hamza has now gone on to 40.
Well, expensive over. It was a gamble. We did mention we're not sure about this move, and it's backfired. Oh, has he connected? Oh, yes, he has. Back-to-back 6s.
Taking full toll here, Amir Hamza. He's strong, he's big, and he's making use of all of that. Maharvi just serving up gentle seam-up deliveries, and he's making room and he's absolutely clearing them. Mind you, these are not ordinary sixers. He's clearing them by some distance. Look at how far that has gone. Behind the school. End of the over. It's 159. Just 41 needed of the last 4 now.
$159 for 4 then. Sajjad Muluk into the attack. And Nadir Hussain smartly just feeding the strike to the beast. That is Amir Hamza.
Well, I'm not sure what Saqib Mahmood is thinking here. Maybe ran out of options, but Sajjad Muluk hasn't bowled a ball this match. And he's coming to bowl a very important over, the 17th over, with 41 required. And Amir Hamza in the mood.
Well, I'll tell you what they're doing, Samir Yunus. They're covering Mohammad Nadeem's overs. They don't want to risk him again. They're not going to feed spin to Amir Hamza. 46 of 17. He's played an absolute blinder. Oh, Yorker length, nicely bowled and nicely dug out. Now he's seeing that ball like a FIFA football.
Well, if he can bowl Yorkers like that, and if he can have that control, I'm not sure why it took so long for the skipper to bring him on.
Mohammad Rohit has 1 over to go. He still needs 3 from somewhere. One of those is Sajjad Malook.
Yeah,
what a thriller we're having tonight at the Arabian Cricket League.
If he bowls this one well, then chances are he'll go on to bowl 3, and then Rohit will bowl that 1 over in the middle of it.
Oh, it's gone through everybody, including Nadir Hussain. Priceless dot ball.
And if they're smart here, TVS, they'll try and keep Nadir on strike. They don't want Hamza on strike. Well, it's going to be difficult to get his wicket in the mood that he is in, Hamza, but might as well try and create that pressure. Keep Nadir on strike, stick together a few dot balls and apply more pressure on Hamza. Make him want to play every ball.
Well, they need to be smart here. 39 of 21, even if they only get 3-4. 30 odd of 3 overs is very, very doable. Nothing silly. Smack through, wide-ish long off. It's a big chase. Jawad Ghani will clean it up and they'll pick up 2. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do anything silly. Strike from the other end towards the shorter boundary to the school end.
Yeah, they'll have to prize out 1 over from someone here, TVSL, because obviously Sajjad is not going to be able to bowl consecutive overs. Rohit has just got 1, so one more bowler has to come into the game here. Who will that be? That's going to be the biggest decision tonight for Saqib Mahmood to make.
Drilled through wide-ish mid-wicket. Good fielding at long on by Ikram. Keeps them to 1. That's fantastic work.
36 of 19 now. This is an important ball from Sajjad Malook, a very important one in the game.
Well, that is game in hand. Samir Yunus, 36 of 18, 36 of 19. You should not be losing from here. It's the kind of equation that takes out the number of wickets you have in hand. Anybody can swing for the fences in T20. Even the likes of Zahid Ali, Salman Salim. Yorker length, beautifully bowled. They're going to push for 2 here towards mid-wicket. Oh, he slipped. Will he make it? Yes, he will. They threw to the wrong end. And that's another productive over. 34 required of 18. Well, desperation between the wickets.
They had to go for the 2. They had to go for the 2. Try and get as many as you can. Even though it was a good over from Sajjad Malook. Didn't go for boundaries. But still, they're able to cross over and get those 2. So 34 now of the last 3. Very much doable. We've seen better, bigger targets being chased down at this stage of the game. 166 for 4 after 17.
So Mohammad Rohit will bowl out. Oh, he's tried to paddle it but missed. That shot wasn't quite on. There was a deep fine leg in place. Don't need to do anything silly here, Nadir Hussain.
I think Nadir wants to utilize the pace that Rohit has to offer. He knows he might not be able to bludgeon him down the ground. So might as well make use of the pace and get some bat onto it with that paddle sweep. If it does connect, it's going to fly away.
You cannot play dot balls at this stage of the game. Do not put that extra pressure on yourselves. Yorker length dug out, squeezed away for 1.
And that's a smarter thing to do from Nadir. Doesn't really need to play those big shots because he knows Hamza is out there. And as long as he's there, 49 of 19. Look at that for a strike rate.
He had to do it and he did do it, Amir Hamza. Everybody at the ICCA Academy knew only Amir Hamza can belt the ball like that. And that's why he's a champion cricketer. 33 of 16. They need a boundary in this over somehow. Outside edge and they'll get the 4 and that's 50 for Amir Hamza. What a knock under pressure. What a knock under fire.
What a player he is. single-handedly keeping this game alive for his team, the men in yellow. They will celebrate, they will applaud, and why not? They need to go buy him dinner tonight because he's kept them alive. 4 sixes and that strike rate of 265, 53 of just 20 deliveries.
Well, it was an outside edge, but who cares at this stage of the game? He's only played 2 dot deliveries in that 50. That's incredible. 29 of 15. Once again, the pendulum swings towards the men in yellow. Rohit under pressure now. Beautifully bowled, flicked for 4. What a shot, Amir Hamza.
It's not just about the big shots, Amir Hamza. This has been nicely touched behind the fine leg fielder. Look at that. He saw the bowler following him. All he had to do was get rid of those toes of his, get that bottom part of the bat, and get a boundary.
This partnership has added 80 runs in just 39 balls. Unbelievable striking. What a turnaround in this contest. Who would have believed? My goodness, can this man take them home? He's taken them to the brink of victory, but there's still work that needs to be done, Samir Yunus.
Yeah, TVS will feel like they've been hit by a storm, the storm of Amir Hamza. He's really turned things around here.
25 of 14. Down the leg side. It's given as a wide. Well, that was mighty close. Mighty close.
Pressure can do funny things to you. Even the best of bowlers are feeling it out here. We talked about what a fine bowler Rohit is, and I think that's a fair call. Down the leg side. It should have been called a wide. And it is rightly so. To 24 of 14. Well, this is now looking like a regulation chase for Karwan. A few overs ago, they were looking completely out of it.
And this was a must-win game for them. They're 4 points away from the top. They needed the 2 points here against one of the competing sides, battling for a semi-final spot in Group A. What a victory this will be if they get over the line. Oh, it's a top edge. It's gone behind. Deep third. Takes the catch. Another twist in the tail. The hero for Karwan has been dismissed.
Still some drama left in this game. There's still some drama. We've seen a lot of drama since the beginning of the day. 4:30 was the first ball bowled, and since then we haven't looked back. Amir Hamza goes, but what a knock he's played. He's literally single-handedly put his team back on course to try and chase this down. Sometimes a shot too many. 57 of 22. What a wonderful innings. 4 six fours and 4 sixes. He's left us all bemused. 176 for 5.
Absolutely sensational. They're giving him a standing ovation in the dugout. He's given them hope. He's given them a chance. Tariq Mahmood coming in at number 7, handy with the bat. Can he take them to victory? Incredible match. Short ball, he sliced it over the deep third man for 6. How has that carried?
Well, how about that for a first ball from a batter who's just walked in? Tariq Mahmood comes in, gets treated with a short ball, and how well has he placed that? Take a look at that. Wow, what a shot. And over the fielder who's, by the way, down at the boundary line.
Well, Umar Yunus was in the firing line there, the young chap. Bit of a heart attack there for the dad, but all's well so far for Karwan CC. 18 needed off 12. What a 6 under pressure. Sajjad Muluk, penultimate over. Full toss, hit away towards deep square leg. All the way for 6.
That was always going to be the risk, introducing a bowler so late into the attack. And he's gifted a full toss to Nadir, who's been out there for a while, and he's not going to miss out on those. No fielder in that region. Even if there was, it wouldn't have made a difference because he's hit that to the road. Nadir Hussain played a fine innings. Yes, he's been a bit understated because Amir Hamza was doing all the hitting. But he's been out there and he's going to be the man who's going to see Karwan over the line.
Well, that might be the blow that takes Karwan CC to a famous victory. He got the Yorker wrong. It became a leg stump full toss and dispatched by Nadir Hussain for a priceless maximum.
TVS here, they look absolutely shell-shocked. All their fielders standing exactly where they are. No one's talking to each other. Their body language looking absolutely negative. Everyone's down. They've been stunned by that innings of Amir Hamza, and now it's Nadir Hussain who's doing all the hitting.
Well, do not forget his contribution to this match. 2 wickets and then these priceless runs. Inside edge, they could care less. They'll scamper for 1.
And that man, Tariq Mahmood, got off the mark with a 6. He'll take strike for his second ball. What a game this has been. What entertainment this has been.
Absolutely phenomenal cricket here at the ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League. Everybody who's been watching on the CricTracker channel on YouTube, on Fan Code, on the ICC Academy Facebook page must be absolutely loving it. This tournament has come to life at just the right stage. Group A is there for the taking for at least 4 to 5 teams. It's anybody's game. Squeezed away. Well, all they need to do is take singles now. The game is in hand for the men in yellow.
Well, it seems like TVS are on the brink of their first loss. They've played 4, won 4. Karwan have just lost the 1 game from their 4. So now this clash, this victory for Karwan, if they still do get over the line, 10 from 9 required. If they do get over the line, it'll be a statement from them. They'll say we've beaten the unbeaten team.
Well, this is the magic of T20 cricket in the UAE. You cannot predict anything until the final ball is bowled. Still 10 needed of 9. Brilliant Yorker, dug out. They're going to push for 2 here towards mid-wicket. And they'll make it in time. They're hooping and hollering in the Karwan dugout. 8 needed of 8.
Down to a runner ball now. 8 of 8 for Karwan CC. If you tuned in around the 13th, 14th over, you would have imagined that this match is done and dusted, that TVSL have done enough to close things off. But out came the beast name Amir Hamza and turned things around 360 degrees. And suddenly, Karwan CC are in the driving seat and they're driving home.
Incredible game of T20 cricket. What a shock result this would be. It's still not over though. Oh, he's pinged it, but straight to extra cover. They've still taken 1. That was a straightforward run out, but that's what pressure can do to you, Samir Yunus.
He went for the underarm, not sure what he was thinking there, the skipper. He could have easily lobbed that to the wicket keeper. But in the end, it'll be a single. And now Karwan requires 7 of 7. This is becoming easier than we thought. We thought it'll go down to the wire. It might be about 15-20 runs of the last over, but look at this. This has become an easy chase now.
Unbelievable scenes here. Oh, that's beaten him outside off. And it's given as a wide.
Harsh call. A really harsh call by the umpire there. Sajjad Maluk is perplexed. Let's take a look at that. I think that's gone past the line after it beat the batter.
Well, they managed to convince the umpire. So it's less than a runner ball now. What a storming comeback. Who would have thought after that devastating loss to Gems Education for Karwan CZ? They looked absolutely down and out, but they're storming back into the Arabian Cricket League. Cut away towards point, and Tariq Mahmood will keep the strike. 5 needed of the last over. So Mohammad Nadeem to deliver the final rights. He's very good with those full Yorkers, so this game is not over by any means. Tariq Mahmood. Oh, he struck on the pads. Dot ball. Here we go.
Is there another twist in the tail? Is there another twist in the tail? There's still some fielders in the deep, which perplexes me. You might want to bring them into the circle. That leg side is still quite vacant. So anything on his pads are free runs.
Oh, it's a full toss. Smashed over square leg for 6. And that is the exclamation point on a famous victory for Karwan CC. They have stormed back into the Arabian Cricket League in style.
Well, at one point, it seemed like they'll never even get close to this target of 200. But they've done it with 4 balls to spare. What a turnaround. What an effort. What an incredible innings this from Karwan CC. Chasing down a massive 200. And all of that thanks to some brilliant brute hitting from first by Amir Hamza and then the finishing touches from Nadir Hussain and Tariq Mahmood with a couple of big hits to, in the end, cruise to that 201. Look at that. Every batter contributing. A good start between Muazzam Hayat and Furqan Khalil. That middle order wobble, 2 wickets in 2 balls, but out came Amir Hamza and soaked up the pressure at the beginning. But when he cut loose, boy, he changed things around. Obviously, Nadir Hussain giving him a very important hand. That partnership between those two changed the game for Karwan. 17 extras. That is a lot from TVSL, and they'll think that maybe they just lost the game over there. Plus that onslaught from Amir Hamza. Well, the bowling, other than Jawad Ghani, almost everyone went for runs. Saqib Mahmood at the top, 1 for 44 off his 4. Mohammad Rohit in the end becoming too expensive. Nadeem just 8 balls and he's given away 25 runs. Muhammad Maharwi bowled 3 good overs, but it's the last over that went for a few, and all of those figures being spoilt by that one man named Amir Hamza. 4 for 95 and then 5 for 176. It was that 5th wicket partnership that made all the difference. Vision Shipping lost the toss. Karwan CC put them into bat first. They made a big 199 for 6, and that thanks largely to Jawad Ghani. 53 of 24 for him. Saif been the pick of the bowlers for Karwan CC. Nadir Hussain went for a few but still picked up 2 wickets. But with the bat, Karwan at halfway stage they looked completely out of it. But then came Amir Hamza, partnered with Nadir Hussain for a 30 not out. And in the end, they won this match quite comfortably with 5 wickets and 4 balls to spare. Well, the action is not over. It goes on and on. We take a break for the long weekend, obviously. But the 3rd of December is when we are back for another gripping game. It's Vision who will be back in the action again. They've just lost a game. And they'll be taking on Footprint Defenders in the next game. Match number 49 of the ICCA Academy Arabian Cricket League. We're not done yet though. Don't go away. We'll be back shortly in a few minutes for the post-match presentation ceremony with Ahmed Khwaja. Until we see you again, it's goodbye and good night from all of us in the comm box.
इसको ना रेज करना है आवाज़ को,
क्या
ठीक है, कि हमें भी डोमेस्टिक नहीं खिलाता, कि कैंप पे भी नहीं बुलाते। अब इनकी रिक्वेस्ट की है मेरे को,
किसकी?
ये जो मैनेजमेंट है, मुझे भी मना नहीं कर सकता। मुझे 6 साल हो गए यार।
अच्छा,
एक दफ़ा कैंप पे तो बुलाया, तो रबन, हाँ
कार सर आ जाए। ऑडियो टेस्ट टेस्ट टेस्ट, ऑडियो टेस्ट टेस्ट।
तू अगले मैच में 100 करेगा।
तू 200 कर। थोड़ा तो आए, थोड़ा सा आ जाए बस, ठीक। नहीं मैं आई थिंक थोड़ा सेंटर हुआ। ओके Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we welcome everyone to the post-match presentation of the SkyX.net ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League powered by FanCode. Before we begin, firstly, we would like to thank the ICC Academy and all the administration involved behind the scenes for its support in hosting this level of a tournament. We would also like to thank our sponsors, our title sponsors SkyX.net, our official streaming partner FanCode, and our event partner TCM. In the 48th match of the tournament, Karwan CC has defeated TVSL by 5 wickets. What an incredible run chase that was. Commencing ahead, we'll now be announcing the name of the player of the match. The award will be presented by Mr. Iftikhar Ali, our match referee. And the player of the match could be only one man, Amir Hamza, for his outstanding innings of 57 of 22, 6 boundaries and 4 maximums. A truly incredible run chase executed by Amir. Amir Hamza 95 for 3. 95 for 3 became 95 for 4. It looked like the game was going out of your hands, but you and Nadir Hussain produced a partnership that was absolutely unforgettable.
First of all, thanks to Almighty Allah. Yeah, that was the reality of the match between between the scenario. But after that, we played very brilliantly, and we done this run chase.
Well, you did the run chase, but what was going through your mind at that stage? Because it was only you who could have played those power sixes, power fours. All the pressure was on your shoulders.
Actually, I spoke to the Babar Iqbal, and he's the one who given me the confidence always. And he told me, you are the man who can finish this game. And Alhamdulillah, I became the man of the match today. Alhamdulillah.
And at the halfway stage, did you feel 200 was a par score or just a few too many runs?
To be honest, in this condition, when the ground is wetty and it's very hard to hold the ball, and very difficult for the bowler as well. So if you have power, if you have a power hitting and you have ability, you can chase the run.
Well, you're saying it like it's very easy, but your ability and your power, very few have them. Outstanding innings, Amir Hamza. Well played.
Very appreciate. Thank you.
Well, that was the superstar of Sahiwal, Amir Hamza, with a stunning innings to take Karwan CC to victory. That's all from the Arabian Cricket League for tonight. Tomorrow, we have the UAE National Day, so we're wishing everyone a very happy celebrations. Join us the day after that on the 3rd of December for another double header from the Arabian Cricket League. We'll see you then. Good night.